official sponsor of Formula Drift. Join the social app for car enthusiasts. Show off your rides. Connect with Formula Drift drivers and fans. Find your crew. Locate events. Watch exclusive Formula Drift clips powered by Throttle. Join the social app that brings together car lovers from across the globe. Go full throttle and download the app now.
Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
Then Rockstar Energy Drink. This is Matt Wall, the twin turbo B50Z. Tanner Fast going through the paces. Solid line here. Great angle.
Woo! Good initiation from Dye. Did you see that main flick entry? Just gangster right there.
Good job right there by Osmo, but look at Odie Bocci's diving right in on the attack and
Positioning now. Ryan Turf really needs to show up. He went off course. Tightens up to the front clip as is Freddie.
The Norwegian hammer gets sweated by Denofa.
And then he just keeps on going past. And Frederick Osmo fills all that outside zone. Michael Neto right there. Looking at roll tide. Here we go. Final outside zone line. Pretty straightforward.
Outside zone. Frederick Osmo right there. And now bringing around that final clip. Approaching, pulling some tire out.
so qualifying playing a role here in Long.
I'm Freddie Gaspo, driver of the Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota Racing GR Supra. And I think my favorite thing about this build is probably the motor package. Steph's been working hard trying to basically tune the B58 engine into the thousands and now the 1200 horsepower bombshell that it really is. We debuted the car last year. We had some ups and downs during last year's season, but we think we've figured out the teething problems that we did have and are ready to come out swinging this year. Specs of the motor are a 3.2 liter Run BC, a Brian Crowder crank, running some custom cams, fully forged bottom end, you know, the rods and pistons. We're running straight ethanol, running a Borg Warner 9280, sometimes a 9274 EFR turbo. I think as soon as we got the 6-port head, these motors come in both 2-port and 6-port versions, it started sounding so sweet. It kind of sounds like those old 2Js from the Mark IVs that I love so much, and for me that's a win.
We put energy and expertise into making better coils. NGK ignition coils are engineered to OE durability and performance. And because we race to win, we improve the design, testing, and validation of our coils for better performance. NGK spark plugs and coils, better together.
again, Rockstar Energy Drink. This is Matt Wall, the Twin Turbo 350Z. Tanner Fast going through the paces. Solid line here. Great angle.
Woo! Good initiation from Dot. Did you see that faint flip entry? Just gangster right
Great
there.
job right there by Oslo, but look at Odie Bocchis diving right in on the attack.
Positioning now. Ryan Turf really needs to show up. He went off course. Tightens it up to the front flip. As is Freddie. The Norwegian hammer gets sweated by Denofa. And then he just keeps on going past. And Frederick Oslo fills all that outside zone. Michael, that's a right there. Look at him roll tide. Here we go. Final outside zone line. Pretty straightforward.
Outside zone. Frederick Oslo right there. And now bring her on that final flip. Approaching, pulling some tire up.
So qualifying playing a role here in Long.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
In my 1,000 horsepower competition drift car, I use Royal Purple XPR 5W50. XPR is specifically formulated to increase horsepower and torque in high performance and racing engines. And its revolutionary Cinderlick additive technology and zinc phosphorus fortified formulation provides the highest level of protection against heat and wear. The new 550 is all killer, no filler. It has better high temperature performance than any other 2050 engine oil. The result is a performance oil that protects like no other, utilizing superior base oils and additives. It's what sets Royal Purple apart from the rest, and what is also transferred down to their HPS high-performance street oil, which is what I run in my daily drifter. So from here to here, all you get is extreme performance from the synthetic experts. Royal Purple.
Sharpens here. Dylan Hughes. See what you got, Rome. Dylan Hughes. If he can step up, he got gapped there on that first battle. Rome brings it around. Low and slow, that is the tempo right now. Let's see if they turn it up. Rome throwing some gangster angle at it. And look at Dylan going deeper on the second run. Rome with some awesome angle. A great lead run to follow here. It looks like Dylan past that touch and go. Just a quick little flick of the wrist. And back up the hill, Ryan. I think there was this, don't know where Hunter's at, but here we go. Jeff Jones leading. Frederick Osbo giving chase. Jeff Jones initiating into that first front flip. And look at that transition. Wow. Well done. Look at Osbo just nicking that course marker. Jeff Jones swinging for the fences. Fills that second outside zone into that second front flip outside of the keyhole. Oh, Jeff Jones shot outside wide. Then tries to tighten it up there on that touch and go. And then Jeff Jones across that front flip. Castro comes in across the nose of LZ's S15. Down to that front flip. Oh, LZ, great composure there. No nervousness whatsoever as Castro now comes in that first outside zone and the second in the keyhole. Both of them filling that second outside zone. Oh man, LZ being absolutely soaked in smoke. But still, so from whatever happened in 32 to now here in 16, you know what? I said he was nervous. Not. Here we go, Matt Field and Von Gittin Jr. The scenarios play out as the tires burn on. Matt Field initiates into that front flip. Right there, look at him. Matt Field just wraps it around that front flip. Now going to that first outside zone, some wavering by both the drivers in that second outside zone. Right there, riding the line is, woo! Oh, doctor, look at this! Both these guys showing up toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, body parts being shredded off. ready to send it to end it. Matt Field and Vaughn Ginn Jr. out front. Matt Field in the chase position. Who's coming out on top? Odie missing some of those carbon Kevlar bits, wraps it around that front clip, gets a little closer, doesn't have that bumper on. And look at this big angle. Matt Field with a big correction. Oh boy. And Matt Field is actually incomplete, kind of came out of power, and now coming back down the hill. Guys, is that an incomplete? But the contact, Brian, I hear you screaming, hooting and hollering. Is that enough? Wow. everybody out to round 2 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. This is the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. This iconic track playing host to another round. We've been coming here for 19 years. So definitely a lot of wheels and turn and memory and just an awesome venue. I'm just going to put it out there. I've said it. I've gone on record. This is my favorite Formula Drift round. I'm Jared Deane, joining me up here in the booth doing triple duty. There's a busy man here. Ryan Lontaine is in the booth. He's my co-host. If you didn't watch round 1, Ryan Sage has assumed the role of president. Ryan Lontaine judging as well as my co-host. And I think it's a great asset to have, kind of hear it right from the horse's mouth. I'm not calling you a horse, Ryan, but I think it's great to get the insight from you. And we spoke to the judges as well, Egger and Chris Yule, rounding out the trio of you guys. But it's great to see you. And what do you think of Atlanta? What are you expecting?
Well, it's great to be here, Jared. It's looking like it's going to be an exciting event. I believe everybody has their car this round. That's something that we were missing at round 1. You know, shipping issues right now, it's really difficult to get things across the ocean. But I think we have all the cars here, so it's going to be a full field. And I'm really excited to see how these guys are going to go up against each other. Practice has looked great today.
Yeah.
We barely had to talk to the spotters at all today because their drivers are doing so well.
I think that's just what also, coming 19 years, Atlanta, I mean, this is our Monaco. This is our, you know, this is our famous track. This is our, you know, think of other racetrack analogies. There's just a lot of history here. Look at somebody like Chris Forsberg, you know, has been coming here since 2004. But let's backtrack. Let's talk about round 1, the points championship. We saw a crazy incident with Frederick Oswald, Matt Field getting his car together. He got married within a week. I think he got married at the alignment shop while they're still working on that thing. All joking aside, crazy turn of events. And Ryan Turk debuts that new GR Corolla. Car looks great, the Rain X vehicle, and yeah, he leads the championship right now. But you know, talk about just all the history and all that. And Ryan Turk is one to watch. So let's take a look. These are the standings as we have only one round in the book. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You can see Ryan Turk leads the pack, Matt Field there in second, Odie Bakshi's third, and Chelsea Denofa in fourth. And then you can round out top the 5 is Chelsea Denofa. But overall, Long Beach just makes for an exciting event. What I always think is funny, and I right out of the gates, okay, we got silly season. Everybody's working on their cars. Let's throw them into the most unforgiving track to kick off the season. I mean, how do you think that plays a role for the drivers' mind, psyche, and obviously the mechanics and technicians?
Well, like you said, their psyche, we're pushing them so hard as judges. We're demanding perfection, and we're asking for those chase drivers to be as close as possible.
Yeah.
And we saw a couple of incidents in Long Beach where drivers were pushing super hard, and it ended up in some collisions. We saw Osbo getting a little too close to Matt Field, and we saw Ryan Littoral and Jonathan Hurst as well getting into each other, staying really close and driving as hard as they possibly can. Now here at Atlanta, we don't have the walls quite as close to the edge of the track. They're still there, though. We can't say that. I think in practice somebody actually hit the wall here up in the keyhole, but we're really excited to see how this is going to play out because the speeds are so much higher here. And it's almost like without those walls, the drivers are going to push even harder because they know, you know what, if I go off, I'm going to end up in the gravel trap as opposed to a wall. So I'm looking forward to a really exciting event.
The weather not playing a role here today at all. It was wet this morning. It did rain, but the forecast a little breezy. We had a tornado warning earlier, so the weather obviously playing a role. But let's take a look back at Long Beach. We see the schedule there again. This is round 2, so take a look at round 1, Formula Drift Long Beach. Take a look at that top 16. See our first battle here on the streets of Long Beach. Ryan Turk, your #1 qualifier. Formula Drift fans, here we go. Ryan Turk initiates in that first outside zone. Pulls a little bit of hand brake in that first outside zone. Coming to review the fence. Nice shot, gets all the way out there. See how it transitions. Doesn't go all the way deep. Neither is Brandon Thornton. Now Ryan Turk in that third outside zone. Brings it on close. Brandon, good proximity. Now through the touch and go. Into that final inside clip. Really well done by both the guys. A great way to start. Give a chase. Odie Bakshi's massive angle. Look at Deane Carney transitions back. Ron Sharp is here now coming into view. Look at that. The attitude of that BMW. Look at Stuckey. He gets out there. But Rome, automatic. Looking like an RC car that is just being controlled by somebody in the sky. Matt Field goes back past the bumper. He did it. That's the run you were looking for. 1, 2, 3. outside zone. Forsberg and Turk going against each other. The Knopfs entering. All new Nissan Sea. Whoa, baby! Whoa. Nasty taps it in, backs it in. Chris Forsberg going. Wallfire. Ryan Turk. Here is Matt Field, Frederick Osbo. Matt Field, nasty initiation, a wide swing, coming in hot, gets all the way out there. You ask for, boy! A massive hit by Matt Field. Let's make sure he's okay.
Osbo didn't give him the space to transition, causing Matt to go straight for a slight second.
A big hit by his hands out the window. Round of applause for Matt Field. Matt Field moves on, but unable to run. So guess what? With the 5 run, a celebratory run, your winner here in Long Beach, Ryan Turk is your winner here in Long Beach. Thank you so much to Throttle for providing that recap of Long Beach. And Ryan, walk us through the K&N air filter, as K&N is the official performance filter of Formula Drift as we enter our K&N knockout qualifying. Keys to success.
Here in qualifying, Jared, we have some pretty important aspects these drivers need to adhere to, things they need to do. So the first big thing they need to do is a big, exciting initiation. They got to get the car to angle quick and accurately. We need them to be on throttle uphill towards this little keyhole we have here. They have to be committed because the chase car, once we go into tandem competition, needs to be sure that that lead car is doing what they're supposed to do. They need to fill that tricky outside zone 2 with momentum. That's right up at the top of the hill here. Line Judge has a lot of points, 9 points for that outside zone right there because it is so hard to fill. So they need to get all the way up here using the momentum of their vehicle built by being on throttle all the way up the hill. And then they have to run the right line going downhill. Once they get to inside clip number 2, they transition the car and then it's back on throttle to go down the hill. They need to get close to that touch and go area, but they can't get up on the rumble strip. Their tire has to be off the rumble strip. Their bumper should just kind of hover over the rumble strip and then keep on going to the finish line, which is after inside clip 3. They're going to go around that last corner, and they need to be all the way wide on driver's left.
Well, here's our Torque Drift course preview. You can play the game, you can play the cars, but this is a layout. You can see there that inner clip transition, that's the touch and go. Then you go to the top of the bank. There's an outside zone there, right?
Yeah, that's outside zone 1.
Go walk us through it.
Yeah, then you get to outside zone 2. This is the tough one. That's big points for line. Maintain the same angle through inside clip 2 right here. Get nice and tight. Don't over-rotate and don't slow the car down, which is hard because it's off camber there. We don't have a zone or a touch and go there leaving. This is the touch and go right here. They need to hover their bumper over the rumble strip, transition the car, go by the inside clip 3, and then finish wide on driver's left.
Torque Drift, there it is. Download it, Smoke Up Atlanta on PC and mobile now. Let's take a look at the overall track map. What are we looking at here regarding sectors? And I like introducing this year the X Factor.
Yeah, so for line, you can see there the line breakdown, a total of 40 points. And like I told you, that sector 3, which is where outside zone number 2 is, that's the biggest points area for line. So it's really important going up that hill to get all the way to the top. Angle is 5 points for each sector all the way through. And of course, style is scored through the entirety of the course. You've got that big initiation, of course, that is right at the initiation, but then you've got transitions and you've got X Factor. X Factor is going to be divided into 3 things. Like I said there, X Factor is going to give you kind of that extra flair that you don't see in all the drivers. It's that what's going to put that driver over the edge and what's really going to give them that advantage over the other driver, and going to be a little more special in terms of a run. And you know it when you see it, but sometimes it takes a while to see that really X Factor heavy run.
Yeah, that rate to angle, or just that, like you said, it's just that kind of unknown, right?
Right. More aggression, more throttle usage, more, I don't know, danger is the wrong word maybe, but you're really showing that out there. Yeah, precariousness.
Right. So there you have it. Thank you so much again, Lantaine, and he is one of the trio of the judges. So Ryan Lantaine, Brian Egger, and Chris Yule are 3 judges. My name is Jared Deane. We'll have Lorette Nickel join us on our broadcast tomorrow, and there's our judging panel. There we are. We're up in the booth, and again, a little windy here today, which does help get the smoke out of here, which is good because this is a smoke bowl. We've had it years. Remember, like we have to wait for the smoke to clear. So the wind does actually help us quite a bit. But clouds don't look too menacing right now. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a really nice weekend. So really looking forward to it. You know, who are some drivers to watch in your mind?
Well, of course, the top you know, 3 to 4 or 5 drivers that did really well in Long Beach. Of course, are going to be a threat here, but this is a very different type of track. So you might see drivers that maybe didn't excel on that track in Long Beach because of the walls, because it's the first round, their cars weren't set up, or because their cars weren't there at all. So because we have that full field and drivers are more comfortable now, and of course this is a more open high-speed track, it's hard to say who's going to be really challenging here. I saw a lot of great practice runs today. Everybody was doing really well, so it's anybody's game right now.
Yeah. What I think it's really going to come down to is attrition. Can your car withstand just all the elements, all the factors, and obviously the game of inches. The most important game of inches is in between the ears and the head and the mind, right? So sure. We'll see who finishes strong. But I'm looking at is like Ola Jaeger. He actually has his Supra finally from Norway. He says, you know, the backup Chucky was good, but now I think he's going to be one to watch. He's got his personal vehicle, not just kind of a backup car or something he's developed over time. That's his pride and joy. That's his baby.
Ken Gucci has a new car.
Ken Gucci's got a new car.
Yeah, and then Joshua Reynolds has his car as well. Yep. You know, the Aston Martin, that was the first round for it. It was between walls. It was his first time really driving the car in a serious way. Now he's got a big open track. So we've got all these unknowns, let's say. Yeah. But Ken Gucci looked great in his first runs in his new car. Joshua Reynolds looked great. Ula looked great. And the Aston Martin looked great too. So, you know, they're all playing the game here today, and they all have a chance.
Yeah, I was talking with Darren Kelly. Darren Kelly's the gentleman that's driving the Aston Martin. It comes down to track time, comes to seat time, and he hasn't gotten a lot of that. But, you know, there's some notable names. We were just talking about Ola, Chris Forsberg, Rome Charpentier. He's on a tear, man. He had great success at the Super Drift event at Long Beach Grand Prix. But, of course, Matt Field and our #1 point sitter, Ryan Turk. Obviously, with only having one round, he is your current points leader. So he will be the first vehicle to run their vehicle in qualifying. The K&N Air Filters Knockout Qualifying. K&N, the official performance filter of Formula Drift. All right, like I said, the wind is brewing here, and you can see
all the remnants of tents.
Yeah.
It's been very windy. I was afraid this whole thing was going to take off earlier, but now I'm just holding on to all the paperwork I have here so it doesn't blow away.
Yeah, and I got to tape everything down. So, all right, so be sure to grab a cold Rockstar Energy drink. Enjoy the show. And here we are. So up at the top of the hill, Ryan Turk will be our first vehicle here in qualifying. Talked about all the sectors, the factors, the different variables. Love coming to this track. The people are awesome. Had a great time last night with Type S. Larry Chen hosted a party at Coro Works in Marietta, Georgia. My man Killer Mike came out. I saw T-Pain's in the building too. So Atlanta really coming out and supporting Formula Drift. So some great folks out here. Here we go. As you can see, the Nitto tires being warmed up by Ryan Turk atop the hill. That brand new Toyota GR Corolla. 4-cylinder turbo nitrous, 1,000 horsepower. That's kind of on average all these vehicles, and they're gonna need every bit of those ponies to go up that hill. You know, we've changed the layout over the years, and admittedly, again, the keyhole, the horseshoe, I've rented a few different things over the years, but the keyhole and the horseshoe, we'll see if it bucks you or you stay on full 8 seconds. Ryan Turk getting sent down the hill. Congratulations to him and his lovely wife Shannon, their brand new baby boy. Here we go. Ryan Turk initiating into that first front flip. Dialing in. Nice, easy, clean line approach. Now coming powering up the hill. Nice job of that first outside zone. This is that tricky second outside zone that Ryan was talking about. Now gonna slow down the RPMs, get right there on that inside flip. Now remember, that is not a flip exiting out of the horseshoe. Now to that touch and go. Boom, hits it exactly spot on. Use all the core. I mean, Ryan, what a great way to start qualifying. That was absolutely textbook. Clean, you know, it was sterile. You know, it didn't, I don't think it was like the big X factor bingo bongo, but I think it was just clean and exactly what the judges, yourself included, are looking for.
Yeah, it was really smooth. You can see handbrake pull, gets back on throttle, inside clip 1, which is of course what we're asking the drivers to do. You can see nice steady angle coming up through outside zone number 1 into 2. Could have been a little bit deeper there in outside zone 2, but coming through inside clip 2, transitioning nicely down the hill. And then as you see him go by the touch and go, could have been a little bit closer maybe at that bumper right over the rumble strip, but not far off. And a great job on inside clip 3, and then came over the finish line. So we see the drone, which is of course, like you call it, the truth serum, so you can really see exactly where he's placed. And you know, the little overhang on that car can be deceiving sometimes, but we're really looking at that rear tire where it is on the track. And then you can see his front bumper got right to the edge of the rumble strip there, so really no points are going to be deducted there, maybe one at the most, but really good job from Ryan Turk. Very smooth, and I didn't see a lot of mistakes, like you said.
Yeah, and that was just a great way to start it, just exemplary of what you guys are looking for. Really clean, tidy, sterile, and I think that's a great way to start qualifying. So Ryan Turk will get a run in the books. Now remember, keep in mind, this is knockout qualifying, so what I like to call the less than great 8s, right? We take the bottom 8 drivers and taking a look, you know, according to this driver's list, I'm not sure if everybody's here on this list. Usually we're missing 1 or 2, but I'm seeing 37 drivers so on this list, and we'll see if that is the case. We're going to have, you know, some broken hearts here this afternoon, this evening, going into tomorrow's main event, the head-to-head. All right, so Ryan Turk, and there it is, an 87, so some points, style. That's kind of what I was saying, is it didn't have the big wow factor, X factor, but I think that's okay. You know, you can't win in qualifying. You win tomorrow. Today, you just want to get to the show. That's exactly it. All right, up next, again, hats off to him and his team. Congratulations to the now new Mrs. Field, him just getting married the weekend after Long Beach, but him and his team getting the car back on track, hardworking team, great looking car, obviously. Matt Field, the beast from the Bay, that Falcon tires, Boiler exhaust, drift cave, Corvette, he's feeling the heat wave, got the heat wave shades, and here we go. All right, Matt Field coming down the pipe. Those Forge Star wheels looking good going around the Falcon tire rubber. Now bring it on up the hill, nice power, good move, really fluid. Oh, is he overcooking it? Oh man, that was really, really aggressive. Nice line, good approach on that second outside zone. Exit out of the horseshoe. Ooh, nice job. The vet from the beast from the Bay. Again, hats off to Matt Field and his team. I thought he was going to overcook it, man, and go off track.
And that's what we're looking for in the X Factor.
Yeah, dude, that was fantastic.
Absolutely, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for a big throttle up the hill, waiting to the absolute last second to lift off the throttle, getting right to the edge of the track, using the momentum built from coming up that hill. You know, there are different ways you can approach that hill. You can come up mid-throttle and then lift early and then get the car set and then throttle up to the outside zone. But that's the safe way to do it. We want them to be on throttle, on throttle, on throttle until the very last second and then lift, get the car slowed down at the very last second. So great initiation from Matt. Look at the angle he's carrying through inside clip 1, and the car is stable. You're not seeing any movement in those front wheels. Nope. Coming up to outside zone number 1, a little bit of movement in the front wheels there, but not too much. Getting to outside zone 2, like you said, or sorry, 3. Sorry, that was 2. My bad. And then coming down the hill, looking really solid. The car looks really settled. He's on throttle, really getting the car put in all the right positions. And this drone, of course, is going to give us the view. So right here, you can see he gets the car angled up, and the front wheels moved a little bit right there, not too much. And then through outside zone 2 really well, nice and tight on inside clip 2. Transitions the car mid-track like we asked for right there. Nice and tight, rumble strip. Beautifully done by Matt Field. Off to the finish line, he goes nice and wide. More than one way to skin a cat, but who the heck skins cats? I don't know. It's a weird adage, right? It is. It's disturbing is what it is. Yeah, what's the history? I feel like you might know. No, I don't know the history on that one. You're more of a dog guy. Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to be skinning anything really, but all right. Right? Isn't that the weirdest thing? It is kind of strange. Who skins a cat, you psycho? All right, so do you know it, Brian? Brian, do you know where that adage comes from? As he's judging it, I'll let him focus on judging. He's a cat guy. Numbers. Yeah, Eggert's a cat guy. He might know. All right, let's see what the outcome here is. Look at this iconic track, man. Absolutely beautiful day. This place is going to get bonkers tomorrow and even tonight. Some people skipping work or school. Thank you for joining us on the AutoZone Road to the Championship. We are just outside of Atlanta and Brazelton. You know, Petit Le Mans being held here. You see everything 2 wheels forward. And a 93, boom, #1 qualifier. And he is Matt, the beast from the Bay Field. Good looking Momo suit right there. You can see the signature palm tree on the suit from Heatwave. Brian, so do you know how to skin a cat came from? Do you know? You're a cat guy. I figured you might know. Okay. All right. Yeah. If you can. If you're not doing anything today, maybe you can look that up for us. Appreciate that. Here we go. Odie Bakshi's the frenemies. Again, Odie, 3rd overall in the championship after 1 round. Big angle from Odie.
Now again, that touch and go comes into play, going back down the hill in this second outside zone. So he kind of went midline, kind of beeline into that second outside zone. And watch him transition. This thing sounds absolutely uncorked. Tapping on that rev limiter, back up the hill. Is it me or does his car seem just louder than it was in Long Beach? But just an interesting approach. And Ryan, I really want you to walk us through it. I'll let you focus on judging right now. But his line to outside zone 2 was, you kind of saw a beeline straight into that second outside zone. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, let's have a look. Nice initiation. You see a little handbrake pull, another little pull there. Back on throttle where we want him to be on throttle. He went a little bit wide there, and you can see he was really close to the rumble strip as he came up, so we might lose a point or two there. He left outside zone 2, 1 a little bit early and got to 2, and kind of on an odd line like you were saying there. So not ideal in that situation. You can see him coming down the hill towards the touch and go. Bumper over the rumble strip, it looks like, and nice and tight on inside clip number 3. So as he comes up the hill, watch the line here. You can see he leaves outside zone number 1 a little bit early and shoots in and misses the beginning of outside zone 2. And then he gets back on sort of the right line there. He's a little bit off of inside clip number 2. You can see his bumper right over the rumble strip. Actually, maybe he might have even put a tire on the rumble strip, which we told him not to do on the way back down the hill on that touch and go. We just said tire on the pavement.
Yep.
Just hang your bumper over the rumble strip. So let's see, maybe from this view we'll have a better idea of where his tire was. You can see he put a tire right on the rumble strip there, so that might be a point off. And then the last one is perfectly fine to get up and close to that inside clip because we want their bumper nice and close to the clip itself.
And with him going going counter course, you're going against the serration of those rumble strips because you're going counter course and they're stepped, right? So you kind of pleasant, they're okay going one way, going the other way, you're going to get cut, man. That the old gator strip. And 86, so still up there, still in the mix. But one to grow on as Odie Bakshi's with an 86. So Matt Field still sits atop of the heap. Three good runs for our current point leaders. Next up, sitting 4th, Frederick Osbo, the Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota GR Supra. Warming up his Nitto tires. So we got Nitto, Falcon, Nitto, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what Frederick Osbo's got for us here in the Pedal Commander burnout box, warming them up, and head to the start line. A lot of success here, you know, keep in mind that the Papadakis Racing Camp operating a few different vehicles. You know, working, building Jonathan Castro a new vehicle for round 1. Obviously, you know, they get hands-on on a Turks Corolla, but 4 championships with that Papadakis Racing team, including 2 with Tanner Faust. Here we go. Frederick Osbo coming in. First inside clip. Look at that angle. That was really snappy. Good rate to angle. Fluid into that second outside zone. The BC Racing outside zone 2. Now to the touch and go. He didn't get all the way out there on that second outside zone, but I feel like there he is, finishing strong. Textbook run there for Freddie. Now, Ryan, you know, each of you 3 judges, you are the, what judge are you exactly? You're the angle judge.
Angle, yep.
Okay.
So looking at Osbo's initiation, a lot of handbrake pulls there, but again, it's kind of in the clean area. It's a decel zone. And then back on throttle at the inside clip. Coming up towards outside zone 1, you can see a little bit of movement in the vehicle there. So he had some variations in his steering. You can see it wasn't as settled as it was earlier on in the run, right up in that outside zone 2 area, and then transitioning down the hill through inside clip 3. Hopefully we get another drone shot. There we go. As he goes up the hill, he's getting a nice line through outside zone 1. And then right there's a bit of a bobble as he goes into outside zone number 2. It looks like he almost was going to overshoot, and he kind of slowed the car down a little bit right there, and then got the car into inside clip. Not sure if that's what happened, but that's sort of what it looked like from that view. And then as he comes down the hill, you can see him float the bumper over the rumble strip nicely, and then pretty decently close to inside clip number 3 as he finishes wide on driver's left.
All right, let's see where Freddie lands with that run. Next up, we'll be seeing Chelsea DeNova. And there he goes, just as I speak. Enters that burnout box. The brand new livery, that Pennzoil BC Racing Ford Mustang, the RTR. Vaughn Gittin Jr. not behind the wheel, but he's definitely in his driver's heads. He's spotting for him, giving him some advice. I saw Vaughn Gittin Jr. He is here, him and his oldest son, Gunnar. Let's see how Chelsea throws down. And we get Freddie's score, and there it is.
Yeah,
all right, scores are in, and it's an 89. An 89 for Frederick Osbo. So a good score there. Puts him into second position, the 151. All right, Chelsea. I know Chelsea, always an exciting driver to watch. Really going to go for it. What's that #1 spot? And contrary to previous years, qualifying, we do have points allocated for qualifying. So, and I think that's gonna play a big role because we've seen it come down to Irwindale so many times. Here goes Chelsea Nova, big, almost a little bit of a backy entry there. And now Chelsea hammering down into that first outside zone, then the second. So similar line to Oslo, you saw a handbrake pull there as well. Now coming to exiting out of the horseshoe, past the touch and go. Gang of smoke, man, holy cow. Using all of the course. That was that was the smokiest run we've seen so far. A great run there. Oh man, across the board?
That is a lot of throttle, Jared. That's
Thanks,
a whole
Ryan.
lot of throttle.
I think he zip-tied the gas pedal down.
Yeah, I think he just put it down.
And he cut it when he crossed the finish line.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it again. Big angle there.
Angle coming through inside clip #1. We didn't really talk about it this round. We didn't say no backwards entries, but he definitely came in there with a whole lot of angle. Coming through outside zone 2 here, you can see him pouring the angle on, getting himself set for inside clip #2. Transitioning the car down the hill. Let's see where his bumper ends up. Right over the rumble strip. Beautiful job there. So precise. On throttle. No lifting from him. So let's watch a traditional replay now and see how it looks. Big initiation. You can see that angle, really well timed, really well positioned, and he managed to hold that angle through the inside clip 1 area, which is generally what we say, you know, if you try a big angle entry and you have to take angle out, it's going to, you know, really count against you. But he made it count, made it work, and as he's coming down the hill here, the car is really settled, and he disappears through his own smoke as he heads back down the hill towards inside clip 3 in the finish line. So really nice job from him, and I can't really fault him on angle anywhere, Jared.
No, that's I'm looking over your shoulder here, and yeah, that's across the board. But what's your take as far as you and the judging panel? He did have a lot of handbrake there on initiation. What's your assessment of that? Little, a lot? Like where does that kind of lie?
Well, it is a decel area, and it is an area where we understand that they need to get the car slowed down and control the angle of the car, and it's one that's expected. As long as they're back on throttle before inside clip 1, we like to see them really get back on throttle before that area to make it predictable for the chase car. 93, so doesn't get that, or no, tied with Matt Field, but it defaults to style, correct? So it does,
so I would assume that with that position 2, that because of Matt Field having a better style score, but still a great run for Chelsea Denofa.
Yeah.
So, right before, yeah. Does that work? Does that equate?
Yeah, it equates.
Okay. You doing quick math there?
Yeah. No, it's good.
Okay. Right before we were on social media right before we went live. Matt and Mike posted the not the prettiest video, the classic from here.
Matt and Mike did?
Well, remember the not the prettiest
video? I remember
video?
it, but he posted it for you like as a. Hey,
no. I love Mike, and Mike's a great dude. But that was here, so I always.
That's what I mean. He was giving you a little like, hey,
he's giving me a little poke.
Yeah. That's great. I love to see that.
All right, Rome Charpentier. Here we go. The Garage Stick BMW. He's one to watch, man. He's on a tear. He's got a smile on his face. Oh, look, you see that bumper being knocked. Hits that inside clip. Doesn't affect the vehicle too much, just the aesthetics of it. Really getting all that second outside zone. Oh, you hear him kind of bogging down there, Ryan. Want him to stay on throttle. Have that consistent throttle. Pass the touch and go. Mr. Charpentier, up the hill. Rome was building today. As Mr. Charpentier, you saw him quickly hit that first inside clip, knocks that bumper off. I want to see what your take is here, Ryan, as I see you. I'll let you focus on your judging. But, but coming out of the horseshoe, from outside zone 2 to exiting, it was kind of an interesting line.
Yeah, you can see an initiation there. He didn't quite predict where his car was going to end up, and he got a little too tight on that inside clip. And then from there on, he made a few little mistakes. His angle wasn't as big as I'd like to see in all areas of the track. He did pretty well here and there, but you can see that after that error at inside clip 1, he had a couple of little issues going up the hill. So let's watch from the drone here. So you can see there he slowed down significantly and then got that inside clip back on throttle. And you can see that he wasn't on throttle for a little while there, and that's not what we want to see. We want to see good throttle usage all the way up the hill. But let's see as he comes through inside clip 2. Could have more angle through there. I'd like to see more angle. Good transition there, but not going to a high degree of angle again through that touch and go area. And then you could see the angle being reduced there at the finish line as well.
Would your assessment be that he's compromising angle for just getting to the outside zones? You know, Rome definitely has a powerful car, but maybe just doesn't have just that extra oomph in order to get him up there. So taking some angle out of it would cause him to go a little bit faster.
That is potentially what he's doing. And again, we don't rate speed.
Yeah.
So if he's trying to go faster, I don't know who it's for necessarily, but I'd like to see him be more accurate on the track. You know, loosen his car up if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
As we aren't timing any of these runs right now. We're not trying to go for a speed or anything like that. So I'd rather see a lot more precision and more angle out of the car. And if he's having an issue getting the car the way he wants, you know, to perform the way he wants it to perform, he might have to work on his setup a little bit. Like you said, it's a powerful car. It should be able to spin those tires and keep the angle that he needs to have.
All right, so reflected in a score there. Still a good run, 77 for Rome Charpentier. The sun is setting. The lights are on. The Type S lights, they're going to be lighting up the night here. Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift, as we are in the K&N knockout qualifying. K&N, the official performance filter of Formula Drift. All right, once those Type S lights come on, obviously, if you have not purchased yours yet, awesome. Check them out. The Pro Series Underglow lighting kits available now in store at your local AutoZone and online at typesauto.com. Next up, Dylan Hughes. Going to have some words with Dylan. He's 4 wheels, 2 wheels. This guy's doing it all. So I want to catch up with him, talk about his different projects that he's working on. Here we go. Dylan Hughes, the dozer, initiates. Nice aggressive line there. The royal purple BMW. Past that inside clip. Now coming on up the hill. Hammering down. Really well done from the dozer. In the second outside zone. Now exiting out of the horseshoe. Let's see how he handles. Good job so far. Like you said, you know, we're not timing. You know, drifting's not about, it's obviously you want to go fast, but it's not who gets the quickest to the finish line. But overall, that was a pretty solid run and a quick one at that. So let's take a look. As I said, the sun's setting. Beautiful evening, afternoon here. Here we go.
So getting to angle, some handbrake pulls, like we say, no problem. Getting the car to angle.
Yep.
Nice transition there coming up the hill. So let's look at his angle here. He's pouring it on to get himself back to outside zone number 2, and that is the way we want to see it done. Good amount of angle through 2, through 1, and then try to angle it up for outside zone number 2. Coming down the hill, lost in his own smoke a little bit there. Transitioning, I'd like to see more angle through the inside clip number 3 down the hill. So. Okay, here we go. You can see a bobble there at initiation through the inside clip 1, so you didn't have to pull some angle out of it. Good angle through outside zone 1. Good angle there, but then it had to pull some out a little bit. It's like he tried to turn it into the inside clip number 2. He had to kind of point it in there a little bit more, so a bit of an adjustment there as well. Coming down through the touch and go. Little bit of a hiccup, let's say, in the angle there. Line-wise, doing pretty well. He got into outside zone 2 late. Could have been in there earlier. Pretty tight on inside clip number 2, leaving the horseshoe as he comes down the hill, gets the bumper right over the touch and go rumble strip, and then a good job on line through inside clip 3 through to the finish.
All right, some fans, there you guys are, checking out what's going on here. Busy motorsports weekend. You got Formula 1 in Miami cracking off right now, so and obviously Formula Drift going on. Got Supercross wrapping up out in Utah, so a lot of things going on in the motorsports world. Right now, 84 for Dylan the Dozer Hughes. That'll land him in a spot.
Number 6.
Yep. We'll see where he ends up. You think that's a good score? You think you'd be confident with that? I think
84.
Yeah, 80s.
I think so.
70s is where, I mean, just with, you know, just so much history. Speaking of history, this is one of 2 remaining drivers that have been here since day 1. So Forsberg and Gucci, I believe. Yeah, that's it. You know, because Dio Shihara hung up his helmet, and Von Gittin Jr. Again, he always says it's not goodbye, it's see you later. But Chris Forsberg, 2004. That's all he's been out here. The all-new Nissan Z. just dynoed it. Says the highest horsepower Nissan Z. Here we go. Chris Forsberg, NOS energy drink. Nissan Z. Past that first clip, now transitioning up the hill. He was looking great in practice. Let's see if he can dial in. A quick little tap of the brake. Now bring it on through the keyhole. Coming back around into the touch and go. Very good fluid line here for Forsberg. And I mean, just from that car, from iteration to execution to Long Beach, they did not have much time at all. So I'm glad to see the car back together. I mean, they had to, like, yeah, go ahead. Let's take a look at it.
Nice big flick at initiation. You see the car maintaining angle through inside clip 1. Coming up the hill, slight deduction in angle there. Line looks pretty solid, but didn't get all the way out to outside zone 2. He kind of peaked in the middle, got into it early and left it early. As he transitions coming out of the horseshoe down the hill, you can see that he had good angle there. His line was pretty good on that touch and go area and pretty tight on inside clip 1 as well. So big flick there at initiation. Nice line through inside clip 1. Looking good coming up the hill. Good throttle usage, it looks like. His line seems pretty solid. Might have left outside zone 1 a little bit early there. Could have been deeper in 2. Tight on inside clip 2. Then coming down the hill, you can see him getting pretty close. Could have been a little bit close there to the touch and go, though. Could have been closer. We want to see that front bumper hanging over the rumble strip. And you can see there that there was a little bit of space between his front bumper and the rumble strip. So he'll lose a point or 2 on line there. But could have been a little tighter on that inside clip 3 on the way down the hill. Overall, a pretty good run, but not as precise as we'd like to see, I think.
As you can see, these flags are waving. It is windy out here. It's whistling through. That it does help us as far as clearing out the smoke. Nice. Once when the sun sets, the lights hits that smoke and it really gets dense, difficult to see. So here we are up in the booth. Our judges right over here, Chris Yule, Brian Eggert. Yeah. Hashtag FDATL. There's my man T-Pain. How we doing, bro? Thanks for joining us out here. T-Pain's in the building, wrapping out with Ryan Literal, his spotter up there. K&N knockout qualifying, 84 for Chris Forsberg. And here is where we currently stand as far as who is currently #1 qualifier, Matt Field, top of the heap. Again, a lot to prove here after, just a crazy incident at Long Beach. But Denofa sitting there in second, Osbo Turk. You see the standings. All right, overhead view of this brand new vehicle for Jonathan Castro. Tell you what, that car looked so good yesterday. Or it's not yesterday, but round 1 looks so good. So looking forward to him showing up here. ATL, a lot of confidence in his corner. Dominican Republic's own Brazil Metal Dom. Toyota GR86. Coming into that first outside zone. He's hoofing it. Nice job there by Jonathan Castro. I mean, just all the drivers are looking so smooth. And look at that, Castro just with that new car, he just has so much confidence and just smoothness. Really great run there for Jonathan Castro. Again, similar to that of Turks, it had all the right factors. Didn't have that X factor just really push it over the edge, Ryan.
These GR86s look great in action. They're a lot of fun to drive stock, but you can see that they make a pretty great drift car on a professional level as well. You can see how well he's doing here on the track.
Nice
really looks
there.
fluid and comfortable in the car.
By Jonathan Castro.
Could have a couple of wider outside zones.
All the drivers are looking so smooth.
Transitions look solid though, but really what I'm worried about is the angle in a couple of areas. Not really as big of angle as I'd like to see. Everywhere it looks like maybe trying to go fast in a couple of areas, but overall, like right there, you can see the angle's lacking. And then right here, he's going to pour it on. So I'd hope to see a little bit more angle coming up the hill, and that's going to hurt his score slightly. But as he comes back down the hill, look there, he pours on some good angle, gets himself the tire right on the rumble strip, which is maybe going to get him a point on line off, and then nice and wide there at the end. So line-wise, left a few points on the board that he can clean up when he gets into tandem comp. I think with this score, he should be pretty comfortable.
All right, well done by Castro. Let's see where he lands. A nice little casual Friday. So tomorrow is the essence of drifting. Head-to-head battles going down tomorrow. And here is the knockout qualifying result for Jonathan Castro, an 87. An 87 puts him into number 4 position at this juncture. But still, a lot of turning and burning left. We're only 9 drivers into, as I said, on the driver's sheet, saying 37 if everybody is here. See a lot of the drivers join us up here in the spotter stand. See Mike Power, like he's taking notes, seeing what's going on. Wrapping out with his spotter Scott. And let's see what we got here. Daniel Stuckey. Daniel Stuckey, M-Spec Performance, S14.9. I don't know where the .9 is. Where the 15, carry the 1. I don't know.
Do some complicated math.
Yeah, S chassis. Here we go. Stuckey, M-Spec Performance, great looking vehicle. Kind of a crawl into that first inside clip. Quick little correction of the wheels. Scrub some speed to get that second outside zone and need to stay on throttle, maybe a little bit nervous. Now off camber coming down into that final touch and go. And the first clip is the last clip. So Stuckey throwing it down. What is your take on initiation? I think he was hesitant, maybe a little nerves.
Yeah, and then we can see here taking some angle out. Yeah, just as he gets to inside clip 1, coming up the hill, taking angle out again, trying to pour it back on. Not getting out to outside zone number 2. His line suffered there for that. And then you can see as he comes through inside clip 2, transitions, he goes really wide here, kind of wider than we'd like to see, and it tries to bring it inside to that touch and go area. We'll have to see it from hopefully the sky. Here we go with our drone footage. So right there you can see the car, pretty low angle through that area. As he comes up the hill again, a little bit lower angle, and then pours it on right there. His line is going to suffer through outside zone number 2. And then as he comes through to the inside clip, comes through in a bit of a weird line, and look how wide it shoots him out here. But he manages to get into the touch and go area, puts a tire on the rumble strip, and then comes around to inside clip number 3. So a couple of little errors out there on the track, but a pretty smooth run overall.
All right, Stuckey. That's you, bro. How's it going, bro? How we doing? No, this guy's playing it cool. This guy in the gray hat. He doesn't want to acknowledge camera.
Yeah,
no way. There's no camera watching me. See? Pink
Just
shirt,
me
he's
being
hyped.
casual.
He's on the big screen. Let's do the kiss cam. Go ahead, boys. Show them what you're working with. No? Oh, come on, man. Don't be shy. All right. Let's see what we got here for Stuckey. Next up, Kyle Mohan. Lone Rotary and Formula Drift competition. Look at that burnout box. I always wonder, you know, because I've come to Petit Le Mans years ago, but here's Stuckey's result here. 77. 77, got those stunner shades on. He wears the sunglasses at night. So as Stuckey, that 77 puts him into 10th position. So coming traditional racing right here, I wonder how that rubber and how these turns act, you know, for Petit Le Mans or sports car or anything like that.
I bet the first car that comes down that hill has amazing braking capability. Yeah, right. Lots of grip.
They don't even brake. They have so much grip, they just turn right in.
And then on their next lap, they're wondering, where did all their grip go?
Right. Well, I'm seeing a lot of smoke. Is he rolling coal? This thing diesel now? Oh, seeing a lot of smoke pump out under the hood, but hopefully it should be okay. Kyle Mohan, renewable lubricants, Mazda Tricks, Mazda RX-8. See the Type S lights are on. Let's see what we got from the menace, Kyle Mohan. He sits in 11th. The standings. All right, Matt Sopa, our starter. See what's going on with the car, making sure everything's cool. Okay. All right, looks like something's afoot. Just having tech take a look at it, make sure it's all good. I think they're just checking to make sure the officials. All right, so yeah, taking a look at the first 10 runs here, K&N knockout qualifying. Matt Field, what I mean, in your eyes, Matt Field, where was he at? As far as angle goes, what were the deciding factors there for you, and why he's currently sitting number 1?
Well, yeah, his angle was really solid. He only lost a point on angle, but I think it came down to his X factor probably and his style side of things. Line is the biggest, number-wise is the biggest criteria. It's worth 40 points. So if you're not putting your car where it's supposed to go on the track, you're going to lose a lot of points. That outside zone 2 alone is worth 9 points. Outside zone 1 is worth 8 points. So if you miss those 2, that's 17 points right there that are on the board for your line score.
Yep. All right, so here we go. Kyle Mohan, it's like he is ready to party. They're taking a look, something at the back end there, exhaust or something. Okay. All right, here we go. Kyle Mohan, you can see really popping a lot of smoke there. But now coming into that first clip. Now more smoke being created with the tires. First outside zone into the second BC Racing outside zone. Little bogging down there. Approaching the inside clip, now exiting out through the touch and go. And back up the hill goes Mohan. All right, so again, didn't have the deepest angle there. Definitely smell something in the air.
Eau de rotary.
Yeah, yeah. The Doritos got burnt. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, so this run, Jared, he's putting the car generally where it's supposed to go, but if you look at his throttle usage, he's kind of breaking the course up. He's not really being fluid and smooth on throttle throughout the entirety of the course. So he's accelerating to a zone, and he's kind of like getting into the zone, but kind of getting the car set. He's not fluidly flowing through the whole track on throttle, and it's going to hurt him on style for sure. And like you said, his angle wasn't ideal throughout the course. It almost looks like there's a mechanical issue with the car, and he's not able to drive it fully. You can see the smoke coming out there from the front end of the car, which I mean generally is supposed to come out the back. So looking at the angle, you can see there he's got some bobbles, maybe slowing down a little too much, a little too early, a little too much, and then back on throttle. As he comes down the hill, you can see him transition. You see the slowdown right there. You can see the car visually slow down. We would like to see throttle through that area, carrying momentum down the hill. But like I said, it looked like he was breaking the course up a little bit. And clearly there's something going on with that car that isn't 100% the way it's supposed to be. So they're going to have to get that looked at for the future, of course, for tomorrow. But we'll see how he fares here in qualifying.
Oh man, hopefully he didn't slick the track. There's Kevin, you can see it looks like there was fluid on the track.
Look at that fluid line right up to his car.
All right, see in the background there, Brandon Sorensen, he's United States Air Force BMW, Sorensen Motorsports vehicle from Las Vegas. His birthday just yesterday, 18 years old. And so taking a look at the United States Air Force Instant Replay, the official military sponsor of Formula Drift.
So yeah, right here as he comes down the hill, you can see that lift, and I don't know where the fluid started leaking. Hopefully not until the very end, but I don't know if we're that lucky. We'll see what happens as they start walking from his car down the hill and see where that fluid line starts. Hopefully not too early in that run.
Just checking, you're good? Okay.
There's no fluid, Jared, we're told, so I don't know what I was looking at on the ground.
He's running dry? That motor just runs dry? That's sick. That's amazing. There's no fluid in the car at all.
The fluid staying in the car, that's kind of an important aspect of an engine generally.
Yeah, who was that? Gucci that shellacked the track at one time?
Yeah, right? Messy, wasn't it?
Oh, man. It took forever and a day. 75, a 75 there for the menace, Kyle Mohan. All right. Yeah, it looks like they're checking it. Just hopefully it's just water. Let's just hope it's water.
Hope it's water.
Brandon Sorensen on the start line. Ravi Nishida tuning in and watching from Japan. Ravi, our he's a FD Japan judge, announcer. man of many trades.
He is. He used to drive in Formula Drift.
Yes,
used to drive in Formula Drift Japan.
All right, taking a look at the sector map, and I think you really hit the nail on the head. Outside zone 2, that's the one to get.
It is the one to get. It's the hardest one to achieve, and you can see these drivers struggling to get up to that outside zone 2. Not everybody's struggling. Some drivers made it up there beautifully. They got all the way up to zone 2. Outside zone 1, of course, they don't have to run on the rumble strip. They just have to have their tire on the edge of the pavement. They can go on the rumble strip if they want to. It's an extra little bit of territory, let's say, that they can have there if they need it. And then coming down the hill towards the touch and go, that can be a tricky area up and downhill. You don't want to go in there too fast on the way uphill. You can end up in the gravel on the left side. You don't want to come down too fast and be offline either, because there is a wall on your right. And if you go by inside clip 3 the wrong way, you can also end up on that wall on the left side. So we've seen we've seen people hit every one of these walls over the, 19 years now?
Yep, 19 years.
It's you don't think they can make it out there, but sometimes they do.
Well, I have big expectations here for Sorensen. Again, just birthday yesterday, 18 years old, one of the youngest FD drivers, the youngest to ever qualify and compete. Here we go, little Manji entry, little feint, drops that back bumper, hits that 3-2-1 cone. Now past that inside clip. He's been on a tear lately, a busy young man. Woo, big angle there. But again, that takes a lot of angle out of it and speed, so he did not get to the outside zone 2. And now coming back, as you talked about, that touch and go. The first is the last clip. There we go for Brandon Sorensen. Puts one in the books. Again, very exciting run to watch, but going from outside zone 1 and entering into the horseshoe, the keyhole, did not get out to outside zone 2.
He looked like okay, so let's look at initiation first. Big, long handbrake pull. Not really what we want to see. A couple of pulls in there to get the car settled, but not a long, long pull like that. Look at here at outside zone number 1. Throws big angle, but he did it too early, and he wasn't able to get out to outside zone number 2. So completely missed zone 2 by throwing too much angle in zone 1. Coming down the hill, looks pretty settled, looks pretty solid. I'll have to see that from the drone to see exactly where his car was positioned, but you can see there nice and tight on inside clip 1. Watch his angle as he comes up the hill. So you can see him here throwing huge angle, but it was just too early. And then he kills his momentum and he's not able to get up to outside zone 2. Nice angle though, coming through 2 to inside clip 2, and then down the hill, puts his tire right on the edge of the rumble strip, perfectly there. A little bit off of inside clip number 3 though, definitely could have been closer there, so he'll lose some points online.
All right, let's take a look where Brandon lands with his first run. And next up, we will be seeing Jonathan Hurst. Cash Racing AZ Rags vehicle. Beautiful overhead shot here. And Brand scores in, and it's an 83. An 83 for the young buck. Nice job by Brandon. So you can see line, angle, style. So leaving some points there with style.
Yeah, I think the grip level's probably changing here significantly. It was pretty warm earlier with the sun out, and now the sun is down. It's been really windy today. You'd have to expect that the sun going away, and it feels a lot colder now than it did even 20, 30 minutes ago.
I put my sweatshirt on.
I know, I see that.
Yeah.
You look comfy though.
Yep.
Yeah. So drivers are having to contend with a track that they haven't really, they haven't practiced in these conditions. So
here we go, Jonathan Hurst coming down the chute. Let's see what you got. Now comes into that front clip. Oh, nice shot. Oh yeah, Jonathan loves the pops. Big poppy guy. Call him Puff Daddy, Pop Daddy. Here we go, Jonathan Hurst. Oh, yo, holy cow. Gunshots ring out like a bell. Now past that inside clip, I'm just stunned. I feel like I can't even hear myself think when that car runs. Just it's so loud.
You feel it in your chest as it goes by.
Yeah, I actually duck. I think took a wrong turn in a bad neighborhood or something.
It sounded like he clutched in. I don't know if that was clutch kicks here at inside clip 2. It was like papa.
Yeah.
Papa. It was really
papa. He's your papa.
Papa. I'd like to see more maybe consistent throttle usage through that area. But let's look at the line as he comes up here on the edge of the track through 1, coming up to outside zone 2. And then around to inside clip 2. You can see flames shooting out of the hood. looking at the angle of the car, it looks fairly settled. The line looks pretty good. I'd like to see more angle in certain areas of the track, but at least the car looks settled. It's not moving around a lot. You can see here, could have been a little bit wider on outside zone 2. Could have been wider on outside zone, 1 and 2. Coming inside clip number 2. Could have been a little tighter there. So not as accurate everywhere as it would like him to be. On the touch and go, he was perfectly positioned, and it looks like he was really well positioned on inside clip number 3 as well. And definitely a crowd pleaser with all the pops and bangs.
He did commit to the line, so I got to give him that. You saw minimal corrections. So when he committed to his line, you didn't see a lot of, shuddering of the front wheels. So I thought that, hat tip to him for that. And I believe he popped his motor. What event did I see him at? Was it LS Fest or something like that? Can't remember where, but he popped his motor, so I know he's been a busy guy. Busy guy. Here we go. Take a look at it again, an 81 there for Jonathan Cash. Puts him into 10th position. So only a few drivers in the 90s so far. Are we going to see this Hyper NFT Daily Driven Exotics Dodge Viper of Deane Carnage Carney? Hyper NFT entering the
Something
metaverse.
Weird happened there as you can see
backwards.
the car came to a stop as he was doing his burnout, and you can see the front wheel left rubber as the backs were burning, and then the car stopped. He tried to back it up, and everybody went running up to him. So something clearly happened that was apparent enough for everybody to run over there immediately. It looked strange as the car came to a stop there. Usually, they could throttle through even a tight, weird, situation like that with the steering angle that the cars have. But you can see him getting out of the car now. So something definitely happened that will make him unhappy. The helmet's coming off. This is not looking good for Deane Carney. Looks like maybe something critical engine-wise. I don't know what happened yet, but we will, I'm sure, find out soon enough if we can get steering. All right, I'm getting the old steering wheel hand movements from his spotter over there.
Oh, I thought he's milking a cow.
Yeah.
I thought that's what he was doing. All right, so unfortunate turn of events here for Deane Carnage Carney. Again, helmets off. There are leaders, Matfield, Denofa, Osbo, our top 3. We'll take a short break. Don't go anywhere. Remember, tell your friends we're live from Road Atlanta. This is the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S when we come back.
How does one car going wild in a mall help us tell the GR story?
You're right.
We need more cars.
GT Radio. Experience ultra high performance.
For those who don't settle when others do, who will give everything but won't give up. For those who believe in unlimited while others limit themselves. For those who are set free by performance and believe innovation can take you anywhere.
your first ever three-peat champion, 2017, 2018, and now 2019 Formula Drift champ. It is James the Machine Deane.
We have solidified a champion in James Deane. The three-peat has happened for the first time ever in FD history.
After winning a championship, you should be on top of the world, you know, but I think that hurt.
I mean, you can open a can of worms there if you want.
One of the top drivers there to suddenly watching it on the live stream.
You don't just disappear or split from a team after winning 3 championships together.
There's nothing else in this earth that gives me that same feeling, so just trying to get that feeling back, really.
Even when things aren't going his way, he will try and pull something out of the bag to bring things around.
I would be lying if I said that I didn't want to win or that I don't have high hopes. I have the highest of hopes.
He's the best drifter in the world right now.
I absolutely wouldn't change anything. We've had our struggles, don't get me wrong, but I think they make the good times so much better.
So yeah, exciting times ahead. Let's see how it works out.
They're all delighted over there that James isn't there right now.
I'm more nervous now than I was with his first competition, to be honest.
Yeah, you gotta stay hungry in everything you do, I think. Otherwise, you're retired.
Dodge Viper, unfortunate for Deane Carnage Carney, is very unfortunate turn of events there for Deane. What do we hear?
He threw the power steering belt,
Woof.
and he is going to forego his first qualifying run, so he will be doing a second qualifying run. Absolutely.
So he didn't call a comp timeout. He just says,
"Yeah."
Okay. I think if you can fix it, I would much rather have a comp timeout
In competition,
in
like
competition.
an actual tandem competition. Yeah, it's the more. I think it's the more strategic play. If you have confidence that you can put together a run that'll get you a score in that second run of qualifying, for sure.
Much better scenario in my eyes.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Moving on next, we have Wataru Masuyama. So there's our first driver without a score. So going into the not so great 8, the bottom 8. And as I said, 37 drivers on the drivers list if they're all here. Let's see if they all make it. Wataru Masuyama. Great looking S15. Masuyama coming down. By Now Japan, Sylvia S15. Handbrake. Ooh, explodes that front bumper. Actually, bumper held on. But keeps it moving into that second outside zone. So got held up there. Wasn't as precise as we prefer on that inside clip. Hits that touch and go, and the final clip for what was there. But again, that second outside zone. Masuyama does get a score. Let's see where he lands.
Nice big snappy initiation. You can see a long handbrake pull. Gets a little too tight on inside clip 1. Hits the clip with his front bumper, so that'll be a deduction on line. You can see a little bobble on angle there as he comes up through zone 1. Not really as deep in 1 as you'd like to see. Missed zone 2 entirely, so that's going to hurt him big time on his line points. And like I said before, line points are worth 40 out of 100 here, so that's going to be a big deduction for him, unfortunately, there. Pretty smooth run overall, so let's watch from the drone now. Gets the car to angle. You can see a little angle adjustment there as he approaches inside clip 1. Coming up the hill, slight deduction in angle there. Misses the end of outside zone 1, misses most of outside zone 2. Good angle through inside clip number 2, transitions the car. Coming down the hill, let's see how precise he was. Got his bumper over the rumble strip, so I think that was a pretty good touch and go area through to the finish line. And here's another view from a different drone, the high-speed drone, keeping up with the car. There's the miss of outside zone 2. Pretty good angle, but missing inside clip number 2. Just transitioning the car to a nice degree of angle as he comes down the hill. Very settled. The car looks great. Nice transition there through inside clip 3 through to the finish line. So overall, not too bad but definitely leaving some points on the board.
All right,
for
get a little
line.
Yes.
Sorry, wanted to get my last point in there.
All right. All right, next. And so again, not K&N knockout qualifying. The structure here is we basically take the bottom 8, as I've kind of lovingly branded the not so great 8, and they have to have their second qualifying run in order to get a final spot in the 32, top 32. So we take 32 drivers into tomorrow's competition. There's our keys to success. Obviously, we're talking about that nice initiation. Get out to that second outside zone. Fill all of it. Momentum. Bring that momentum outside of that clip or outside of the keyhole, and then go into that touch and go, and then finish wide on driver's left. But you got to hit that. What is the first inside clip is the last inside clip. Your K&N Performance Unlimited keys to success. Next up is Taylor Hull. There is the score for Masayama, an 80. That is an 80 for Masayama. Puts him into 11th position. All right, little slow trickle here. But next up, he's gonna turn it up. Taylor Hull, brand new car for him. He's been campaigning that Cadillac ATS-V for a few years, and just the progression of that vehicle. Taylor Hull backing up. What's going on here? Just warming him up again? Okay.
Yeah, I think he sat at the line for too long.
Yeah, got iced a little bit there.
Yeah, time to do a little tire warm up again.
All right, so Taylor Hull, Comp Cams, Liquid Molly, Yellow Speed Racing, Corvette. Lives here in Georgia.
I hope nothing bad just happened there.
All right, let's see what Taylor Hull's got. All right, there he is. Didn't know something something was afoot. But there you go. Just re-scrubbed him. Got iced on the line while getting Masayama's score. But full pull, Taylor Hull. See what he's got for us. GT radials on the corners and out the start gate. See what Taylor Hull's got for us. Looked good in practice earlier. Let's see if he can throw it down when it counts. Good fluid line there. Look at that, tight to that transition. Up the hill, here he comes in that second outside zone. Yes, sir. Just about a tire tread off. But the speed and precision, really well done. Little loss of angle there, that touch and go, but again, that level of compromise there, getting the touch and go, little angle, that got him to the point where he needed to be.
Yeah, you can see the grip in these cars as he gets on throttle. You can see the car lunging forward on throttle. So at initiation, definitely needed more angle there. Looked like it was too controlled. He didn't let the car rotate fully to angle. Coming up the hill, you can see a little bit of movement in the angle of the vehicle, but his line is pretty solid there. Could be a little tighter on inside clip. Number 2, as he transitions down the hill, look at where his front bumper is, just hanging over the rumble strip at the touch and go, getting the car out wide at the finish line. So let's watch here. Hit inside clip 1 with the front bumper. Coming up the hill, see the adjustment in angle right there. Pours it on a little bit more as he approaches outside zone 2. Could have been a little tighter on 2, but overall pretty solid through there. Might lose a few points overall through 2 and 3, or 1 and 2, sorry. And then coming down the hill to the touch and go. The bumper's hanging over the touch and go rumble strip, which is exactly what we want to see. So pretty precise in there. And then you can see a little control of the angle there as he exits the horseshoe, and then transitioning here to the rumble strip for inside clip number 3. So overall, pretty good run, but could have been a little bit wider in those important areas of the track.
Let's see as we are cataloging Taylor Hull's score here. Not even halfway through yet with qualifying. Seen some great fluid runs. Again, Matt Field still top of the heap. Gonna get knocked down. All right, let's see what we got. Wait for the score, and here it comes. Taylor Hull with a 83. An 83 there for Taylor Hull. You can see 36. So leaving a lot for style. A lot of points.
Yeah, 8 points on the board for style, and then 5 on angle, 4 on line. But he's in 10th position with a score of 83.
Yeah,
Not bad at all.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Michael Essa. See you purging the nitrous there. I remember notably Michael Essa running when we had the rain and the mud. He got absolutely just, remember that?
I do remember.
It was gnarly. His seats are still stained from it. Here we go. Essa, FCP Euro, Liquimoli, BMW. Losing that back. Oh man, shredding. Oh, that could hurt him here. If he transitions and that bumper stays there, it's gonna be slippery. Looks like it doesn't hang him up. He's gotta drop that bumper. That could hurt him. No, it doesn't phase him. That's great. That could have been bad. I mean, you know, we've seen it where that bumper gets stuck underneath there and acts like a bobsled, right? Just kind of
front wheel has zero grip when it's underneath there.
Yep.
But he was lucky it made it under the wheel and behind that front wheel, and it looked like it was stuck under the car. I think it got shredded to pieces near the end. So let's look at his initiation. You can see there he hit that inside clip number 1 marker, and then right there, big correction in angle. So watch here, he hits that inside clip. Then right here, as he transitions the car, you can see he pulls a lot of angle out right there, and then gets more angle in the car as he comes up the hill. Some little bobbles here and there. Could have been a little bit deeper on outside zone number 2, way off of inside clip number 2. And then as he comes down the hill, pretty well positioned there. If he had a bumper in the front of that car, it would have been hanging over the rumble strip at the touch and go, and then reduces angle pretty significantly before the finish line. So right there, bumper comes off, gets under the car, and that's where it stays for the rest of the run, the majority of the run anyway. Pouring on big angle there through outside zone 2, but definitely had a couple of issues during that run.
All right, let's see what we got for Michael Essa, his score. That FCP Euro BMW, former champ Essa. Yeah, that bumper could have definitely could have been more disastrous for him. Ended up working out. And the scores are in for Essa, and lands a 78. 78 puts him currently into 13th position. Up next, one of Formula Drift's rising stars got picked up by the RTR camp. Von Gittin Jr. steps out of a Mustang, and Adam LZ jumps in one. Adam LZ here. That fade got the signature LZ fade on his Ford Mustang. See what Adam LZ's got for us. Again, when Adam hits the track, definitely blows up the internet.
Adam likes everything yellow, even his headlights.
Yep. Here we go. Adam LZ, the RTR, Ford Mustang, Nitto tires. See how he initiates. Nice job of the AutoZone Ford Mustang. Really tight to that front clip. Nice job there. Past that touch and go, powering up into the first outside, now the second outside zone. Got kind of the middle of it, bogging down. Those Type S lights looking awesome. Little mohawk on the roof. Little double hawk for Adam LZ. The Type S lights are on. Ooh, takes out that front clip. That was a pretty solid run there for Adam LZ. Again, going from that first outside zone to the second outside zone, the horseshoe. I want you to talk us through it here, Ryan.
A couple little handbrake pulls at initiation, all good. Gets to inside clip 1. Nice angle running up the hill. Pours on the angle at the end of zone 1, getting to outside zone 2. Looks good through there. And then you can see there's a bit of adjustment in angle. Kind of pours on a little bit more through inside clip 2. On the way down the hill, gets that tire right on the edge of the rumble strip at the touch and go, which is nice, but then hits inside clip number 3, so that'll be a slight deduction on line. Let's watch this from the high-speed camera here. You can see that he got to the outside of outside zone 1, but a little bit late. Same thing on zone 2. Missed the beginning of both of those zones. Didn't get tight on inside clip 2. But his angle looks pretty set as he comes down the hill. Maybe not as much angle as you'd like to see through the touch and go area, and then drops a tire at the inside clip 3 area. So he's going to lose some points on line and a couple on angle there, especially coming back down the hill.
You can see those Type S lights on the roof and underneath the vehicle. Type S, the official lighting of Formula Drift. The Pro Series Underglow lighting kits available now in stores at your local AutoZone and online at typesauto.com. Adam LZ waiting for his score. See what he's got. And like I said, just blowing up the internet when he hits the track. And LZ with an 80, so an 8-0. You can see missing a lot of style points there. I'm kind of, who's style judge? All right, Chris Yule. All right, Adam LZ. Big Ford guy now.
So style is comprised of initiation, transitions, and X Factor. So I could see the transitions maybe losing a couple of points. X Factor as well, maybe it wasn't approaching the outside edges of the track with confidence. You know, it wasn't really, it wasn't a super exciting run. It was one of those runs that was a little bit safer, trying to put points on the board and comfortably get into competition. And we've seen that from the RTR team in the past. It's something that they've sort of employed, let's say, as a strategy, not always trying to go for the very top spot.
All right. Regardless, we'll see where he lands when all drivers run. Right now, Rad Dan Burkett, Rad Industries, Gear Wrench Toyota Supra, coming up first. Inside clip, firing off. Nice big angle there from Dan. Coming in hot, really good run there. Comes a little bit shy off that second outside zone. Man, Rad Dan. You know, you talk about X Factor, big angle, big smoke, just overall really exciting run, just obviously leaving some points on the board for outside zone 2. Fun run there from Rad Dan.
Yeah, I'd like to see the drone footage of this one, and look at that. We get the drone footage. That's perfect. As he comes through inside clip 1, nice amount of angle, good line through there, nice transition coming up the hill. You can see him reducing angle a little bit and then pouring it on at the top of the hill. Line is pretty solid. Like you said, his X Factor was pretty strong coming up the hill. Filled outside zone, the beginning of outside zone 2, but missed the second half coming down the hill there. A little bit of adjustment of angle, transitioning to inside clip 3 and finishing wide on driver's left. So again, with the high-speed drone, you can see right there the end of outside zone 2 is missed. Came into inside clip 2 a little bit earlier than we'd like to see. We'd like to see them come right across kind of the front of that clip along the rumble strip, but he came in early and kind of left it early. It's kind of like an early apex he did on that one, and we'd like to see him come right across the front of that inside clip.
All right, so let's see what we get for Dan Burkett. Dan Burkett waiting for his score, and it's coming in. This got all lit over there, fam. Nice job. Yeah. Those Type S lights, is that what's going on? Nice. Get lit on a Friday. 88 and 88 for Dan Burkett, so look at that. So yeah, I mean, look at the score there. So just kind of all the
fourth place.
Yeah,
very
solid
nicely
run there for Dan Burkett. Like I said, just overall a fun run, a lot of power, good speed. Obviously, you can see style, angle, and line, all of them kind of missing a few points in the categories.
But he only lost 4 points on line, and that shows you the importance of line. And I mean, in any track now with 40 points on the board, 40% of the score right there on line. So if you're able to fill the line pretty well, you can do a pretty good job on your qualifying run. And we have a little issue. Is that Ryan Literal up there?
That is Ryan Literal in the Power Stop Brakes GT Radial S15. Seeing the fire extinguisher out, hopefully just a flare up, nothing major. Or is he turning around? Oh, he's skipping. Oh, man. All right, so Ryan Literal, you know, the RB-powered Nissan. So he will take the approach of Deane Carnage Carney. He's foregoing his first run, get the car right, and then hopefully we'll see him on his second run put it down. New car for this gentleman. Again, another Formula Drift veteran since 2004. Ken Gushi with that brand new Toyota GR86. Great looking car, and what's even better is how he's performing. Again, wanted to have this car debuted in Long Beach, just, you know, due to parts availabilities and stuff like that. I know that kind of delayed a lot of things. So happy to see Gushi out here in a new car.
Did you hear what the engine is under the hood of this car?
It's a V6.
1GR.
1GR, so it's
Yeah,
the V6
Toyota
out of
Tacoma,
FJ. Yeah,
FJ Cruiser.
FJ Cruiser.
Yeah. I had to ask Sean for that because he
Yeah.
knows all these things. I'm
Sick.
not taking the credit for knowing that. Thank you, Sean. But is that the same engine that's in one of the cars in FD Japan? Yeah, so definitely an engine that has been run in FD Japan before,
Yeah.
and Ken Gushi is bringing it here
Love
to
it.
the U.S. now in his new GR86.
Here we go. Ken Gucci, brand new car being debuted for his first run in competition. Nice job, there you go. Beautiful looking livery. Now coming into that first outside zone. Yeah, it just has a wild sound to it, doesn't it? And now coming out of the horseshoe. Look at that thing. It is just crackling all over the place. Yeah, look at that. It sounds wild. I don't know what to really compare it to, but a great run there and a great debut for a new car. Congratulations,
Absolutely.
Goosh.
Yeah, I don't generally like the sound of V6s, but that one sounds interesting.
It sounds like a rally car.
It does. So Gucci has not looked great in this Supra recently. I think we can say that confidently
Yeah,
now.
just
But he looks
a lot of
very,
issues.
very good in this car. You can see him on track now, looking very stable. A little bit of, a slight adjustment in angle there, but overall this car is looking really comfortable. He's looking very confident in it, and you can see him coming into inside clip 2. Nice line there, nice transition. So let's look at it from the high-speed drone. Could have been a little deeper in outside zone 2. Nice and tight on inside clip 2 as he transitions the car down the hill. Big angle coming down, had to reduce it a little bit and then pours it on again by the touch and go, and then missing inside clip 2, inside clip 3, But overall, the car just looks very settled. He looks very comfortable in it, and I think since this is his first round in it, he's only going to get more and more comfortable in it.
All right, how we doing out there? All up in our grill. Thank you guys and gals for joining us. They're right there. They're always watching us.
Yeah,
always watching Wazowski. All right, Ryan putting his scores in, and we'll see where Ken Gucci lands with the debut of that brand new Toyota GR86. As we said, V6, really cool turbo setup. Got the spotter stand just right there next to us. Spotters watching, getting ahead of their respective drivers, and Gucci gets a 84, an 84. So congratulations to Goosh. Score like that. Sure, we'll be seeing him tomorrow, head-to-head competition. As we continue on, we got João Berrion, the Barbarous Drift from Brazil. He is our next competitor. Let's see what João's got. And he is on the start line. Matt Sopa, ready to send him down the big menacing hill. All right, João, see if he can João us. Berrion, here we go. Sean liked that joke. Here we go, João, already losing that back bumper. A lot of handbrake there. Now back on throttle, heavy. Snappy transition. First outside zone in the second. He is ripping through the course right now. A wide line, overshoots it on that inside clip. That is gonna hurt him. Outside zone 2 and that inside clip. Looks like he dials it in now. Got a little better towards the latter portion, but that's, that inside clip and that second outside zone, that's gonna hurt him.
João looks like he's trying to go fast, and I'm not sure who he's trying to go fast for.
Who's he trying to get away from?
Down and drive the car smoothly and get out to the zones. And right now, it just looks like he's definitely trying to go fast. You can see the lack of angle coming up the hill. And you can see it in a few areas. He missed outside zone 2, and then he goes way wide on inside clip number 2. And then down the hill, you can see him definitely throttling. So this is going back up the hill again. You can see there was a lack of angle. Right there, pours on a little bit more angle. Misses outside zone 2, and then way, way off of inside clip number 2. As he transitions and comes down the hill, definitely going fast. But got his bumper over the line right there where he should be, right on the rumble strip. But overall, just not an accurate run, but a fast run. So he needs to work on that precision a little bit more and put the car where it's supposed to be a little bit more precisely.
Yeah, I think you really encapsulated what João needs to work on. Again, the new Corvette for him, working it out.
Yeah, they did a lot of work on that car in the offseason. It was very stock in the first year that he ran it. And then finally they were able to do some more work to it and truly make it a race car.
74, so I don't know if he's flirting with being not on the outside looking in, but a 74 for João, the Sheriff. And there's our leaderboard. Matt Fields still not being challenged yet. Will somebody knock him down? There we go, so João sitting there in 20th position. All right, and Ryan Lontaine here next to me. You got Brian Eggert, Chris Ewell, our 3 judges scrutinizing the runs. Montaigne flying the Canadian flag there. And also Sean Adriano over here. He's got the beanie on standing up. That's Sean. Sean's title is what exactly?
Driver steward.
Driver steward.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he takes all the input from the drivers, the teams, and during the events handles petitions, any kind of concerns, questions from the drivers. He's like a fourth judge almost in terms of how he handles all those situations. He doesn't actually do any of the judging itself, but has judged in the past, has driven in the past, has worked for teams in the past. So he's worn a lot of hats during the events.
Kind of like HR. Like the drivers come to HR, they go to him.
They go to him, and they know that they can trust him because he's done everything in the series. So.
Oh, love this guy, Josh Love. Everybody wants a little loving, and here you go, Josh Love, throwing it in that first inside clip, big, massive, good job there from Love. Now coming in, ooh-wee. Now coming into that second outside zone, Love a little bit short there. Short cheats himself. Now into the touch and go and bring it on home, Josh Love. Woo! Narrowly missing that inside clip. Nice job there by Josh. Yeah, most racing saw Josh at LS Fest. Fun-loving dude, having some fun out there. Actually, he was the one that popped the engine. It was him. Okay. And then Hurst was the gentleman that just broke his foot.
Oh, shoot. So initiation, we can see it was lacking. It was low angle, sort of stepped, coming through inside clip 1, not a lot of angle there. Coming up the hill, very, very little angle. So look at the transition here. You can see that that car is not running a whole lot of angle, very, very shallow, unfortunately. Not a great line either.
Yeah.
Pours on a little bit more angle at outside zone number 2, but inside clip 2 is not great. You can just see that the car, it's either very, very grippy or, I don't know, must be a setup issue. The car is going quick, that's for sure. He's going fast, but we're not really seeing the level of control and precision that we'd like to see. You can see that he wasn't even able to push the car out wide at the finish line either. He finished mid-track. So overall, the line is going to suffer greatly, I think, here. Angle is also not going to be ideal.
Yeah, loosen up the car a little bit. Like you say, it's kind of gripping up, so it's like he's fighting the car.
Yeah, exactly.
Needs to be one with it. He was adopted into it. I was born in it. Grip drop, flip-flop, tank tops. Here we go, 69, nice. There we go for Josh Love. Position 21, gets a 69. So 69 there for him. And, yep. So, again, Ryan Literal, Deane Carnage Carney. They are the drivers that have to, for sure, have their second run default to it. Alec Robbins, Facetto Nissan 350Z, another driver. Saw him out at LS Fest. Let's see how Robbins, again, talk about a quick driver. He can't get out of his own way. This guy absolutely rips through the course. But you got to fill those zones. Let's see what you got here, Robbins. Alec from Minnesota. Nice job, good initiation. Not a lot of handbrake pull, which is nice. Stands back on the throttle. Now coming into that first outside zone, gets it. Let's see, can he get the second? No, he does not. So very, very kind of similar situation. The car seems loose. Yeah, that thing snapped back really hard. And goes all the way wide left. So I was going to say, kind of similar to Josh Love's run, but just as I said that, the car seems a lot looser than Josh's car, but didn't get to that second outside zone.
Yeah, so watching his initiation, kind of a stepped initiation, didn't really rotate it completely to the amount of angle he ended up with. So going to be a deduction there from the style judge. Coming up the hill, you can see pretty solid angle. Pours it on a little bit further at the end, but not really filling outside zone number 2. Off of inside clip number 2 a little bit. Transitions down the hill. Lots of smoke. Definitely have the wheel speed here. Transitioning the car to inside clip 3. Finishing wide with a lot of angle. So the latter portion of the course was good, but the beginning, the initiation coming up the hill could have had more angle. Poured it on at the end of zone number 1, and then pretty good angle through 2, but the line is not ideal through there. And we'll see coming down the hill there, he gets the bumper over the touch and go rumble strip. So, decent through the latter portion, but I believe the points will be lost in the earlier part of the track.
Okay, like I said, the The wind clearing out the smoke here in where the red dirt meets the asphalt here at Michelin Raceway Road, Atlanta. And here's the score for Robbins, an 82 for Alec Robbins. Moving right along, next up, Yves Meyer. Toyota Gazoo Racing Switzerland, Toyota GT86. Robbins, it's the position 13 right now. See if it holds. All right, Yves Meyer warming up his tires. Yves Meyer coming to us from Switzerland.
We have about 13 drivers left.
Yeah.
The first run. So
yeah, thank you.
This can change the whole layout of qualifying in the next 13 runs, because that can move around the people near the bottom. You know, it can get those people near the bottom over that unfortunate line that they will need to do a second run.
And I believe the only driver that we have on the list but is not running is Trenton Beecham. I did see him, but he wasn't suited. So here we go, Yves Meyer, the Gazoo Racing vehicle. Ooh, exploding that bumper. That could have been a lot worse there. You can see hitting that rumble strip, really disrupting the car, but hopefully, fortunately for him, did not affect him. Ooh, and there we go with that wide. Bogs down, overshoots that inside clip. Finish strong here, Yves. What was the first clip is out there on the track, but he still dials it in. So didn't get too affected by going off course, but unfortunately did overshoot it coming off that second outside zone.
Yeah, the run started oddly because he was sort of off the rumble strip at initiation. He was more mid-track, and then he ran over that inside clip, number 1. As he went up the hill, he missed outside zone number 2, and then way overshot inside clip 2, and you can see he kind of slowed down there to keep the car on the track, and then got back on throttle and transitioned it to leave the horseshoe. But the initiation, generally we like to see cars right at the rumble strip, and then there you can see he dropped the tire, coming up the hill, reduction of angle right there, and then pours the angle on again near the end of outside zone 1, misses outside zone 2 and goes way wide here on inside clip number 2, and that's where the car slowed down a little bit, and then he had to kind of pick up momentum again. Coming down the hill, puts a tire on the rumble strip, which we don't really want. We want him to stay on the track surface, but looked pretty good through the finish line.
All right, thank you, Lontaine, for your insight on what's going on. See where Yves lands. And up next, another international driver, Norwegian driver, Simon Olsen. Now Simon Olsen with the 2JZ power plant. Simon going for the HGK kit. Different kit this year. 69, nice, there we go for Yves Meyer. 69 puts him at 22nd position. That's what you're saying, Ryan. So this is he's flirting with outside looking in, you know. Yeah. Oh man, our drone pilot here doing some Justin smashing it out there, and unfortunately, I guess he's flying in the wind. I think battery power.
Batteries, it's
batteries not included.
You know, I got to plug them in from time to time.
All right, Simon Olsen, here we go. What do we got, Simon? Yes, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings and drifting. Let's see what we got, Simon. Into the inside clip, taps it once again. Man, that first clip is getting hit a couple times here. Olsen very shallow, does not get to that second outside zone, so we're seeing that quite a bit here in these late drivers. So Olsen comes back around, flirts with the edge of the track, and like I said, that rumble strip, it's going the opposite direction, so those teeth could definitely bite you. See what we got here from Olsen. Oh, a little wavering on initiation. Let's look at it again.
As he initiated, you can see the car moving around quite a bit. It wasn't settled at all. Coming up the hill, a lot of left foot braking. You could see that he missed entirely outside zone number 2. Inside clip number 2 was off a little bit because he got to the edge of the track on the inside a little early and then wasn't able to be close to that inside clip. As he comes through, the touch and go was off it a little bit, dropped the tire on inside clip number 3, comes over the finish line, not quite as wide as we'd like. So let's watch him here from the sky. You can see their initiation was very, very wobbly. The car was not settled, even by inside clip number 1, not a lot of angle. Coming up the hill, pours it on a little bit more near the end of the zone, but outside zone number 2 was missed almost entirely. Could have been way, way, way deeper there. Coming down the hill, looks like he dropped a tire there. Wasn't quite as tight on the touch and go as we'd like to see, and maybe even dropped a tire at inside clip number 3. So not a precise run, and not a settled run either. The car was moving around considerably throughout the course there, unfortunately.
Okay, so scrutinizing the run there. This is where it gets, like I said, precarious. You're getting sketchy here with these scores. You really need to lock it in. I think 80 you're comfortable, 90 obviously you're in, 70s kind of flirting with it, but 67. So might be seeing Simon Olsen in the not so great 8. So again, according to this, I believe we'll have 36 drivers. So if the driver's list is correct, because again, Trenton Beecham is in the building, but not suited and booted, ready to run. Up next, Ford Mustang of JTP, Justin Pollock, Falcon Tire Ford Mustang. Always a fun driver to watch, really kind of goes for it. I'm expecting a big, exciting run here from Pollock. He doesn't want to go to that second time, and we saw that from him last year as well. All right, Justin, what do we got? Falcon Tire Ford Mustang coming down the hill. Initiates, good, aggressive initiation, handbrake pull. Watch this. Oh, he goes off course. Very uncharacteristic of JTP, getting out of shape there. Does get to that second outside zone, even with that mistake. Very surprising. Nice job. So Justin flirting with the edge of the course. That's going to come on back and power through. Like I said, exciting run to watch. Do you think this could be a top 5 run here? I mean, it did have that offline, but overall did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah, I want to see that from a drone. Hopefully we have a good view of that area, but let's watch it here from normal footage. Really precise on inside clip 1. Nice angle through there, but really transitioned aggressively, and it ended up kind of shooting him inside a little bit. But he managed to get to outside zone 2. Look at that, tire right on the line. Nice and tight in inside clip 1. Huge angle through there. Lots of throttle as he comes down the hill. Let's look at where his front bumper is. Could have been a little tighter there on the touch and go, and it looked like his angle was a little bit low coming by inside clip number 3, but let's check the drone. As he comes by inside clip 1, nice amount of angle through there. As he transitions, he just threw the car really aggressively, dropped a tire, and then was able somehow to make it through outside zone 1. Big angle at zone 2. Nice big angle at inside clip number 2. And as he comes down the hill, check out his proximity to the rumble strip. Yeah, he was right there, but maybe a point off, and tire on the rumble strip on inside clip 3. So despite that big transition and kind of a weird line coming up the hill, managed to make it work overall, but there'll definitely be a points deduction for that online in that area.
All right, Pollock waiting for his score. Scrutinizing it, so missing some points here, looking over your shoulder, Ryan, with an 84. So an 84. So you could see Style, 21 out of 30. That's left, I mean, that's a lot of points there.
Yeah.
A lot of points in Style. So, all right, let's see. Up next, we got Travis Reeder Motorsports, GT Radial BMW. Let's see what Travis Reeder, the speed reader. All right. And as we make our way up the hill, that bird's eye view, Pedal Commander burnout box reader, warming up his tires. The big Link ECU logo on the side. All right, we are still knee-deep in our K&N knockout qualifying. K&N, the official performance filter of Formula Drift. And this is the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. All right, pulling up to the start line. Here is Reeder. What do you got?
Not much.
Yeah, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Staying out of the cold?
Getting chilly.
Little brisk. Little brisk. Not bad, but
Brian,
perfect weather for the motors.
Brian just made a face at us.
What, is it cold?
It's not cold.
I know, he's from Virginia. I mean, you're from Canada.
Doesn't
so.
matter.
Yeah.
He's built of ice.
Travis Reeder coming down. 3-2-1. Good initiation from him. Look at that minimal, no corrections, man. See those front wheels? They were locked and loaded. The speed reader tapping the brakes, massage it into that second outside zone. Just kind of barely dipped the toe in there. Didn't get all the way out there. Would have liked to see him hang out there more. Reader, big angle past that touch and go, and navigates past that first and final inside clip. So an aggressive line there for Reader. Take a look at it again.
Nice initiation, comes by inside clip one. Like you said, really settled looking, nice and precise as well on line. Coming up the hill, good amount of angle, and then pours it on at the end of outside zone one. Missed outside zone two, unfortunately. Didn't really get out there, but he's going fast. Look how he fills that zone one, but sort of misses two. Comes to inside clip number two, nice and tight on that. Kind of a midline through there, which is what we like to see. Off of the touch and go ever so slightly, and then off of inside clip number three as well, but finishes wide on driver's left. So gonna leave some line points out there, not quite as precise as you'd like to see. Angle-wise, did pretty well. Transitions were okay, and we'll see how Chris deems his style score to be in just a moment here.
And waiting for Reader's score up next, Nick Novak. Warming up his tires. He practiced earlier, got towed off, so hopefully remedied or fixed whatever he needed to get handled. And Reader with an 86. An 86 for Reader. It's a good confidence booster for him. And a solid score. Puts him at currently 8th. And here is our current qualifying leaderboard. Field still top of the heap. He was our number 2 driver, because currently 2nd in points. That was many moons ago, many drivers ago. See Denofa, Oswald, Burkett, Charpentier down there, top 20. So as you can see, incomplete there by Carney and Literal. And we can see, haven't had 32 drivers yet, but again, that not so great 8. Nick Novak, the Coral Works BMW. Partied with them last night, good times, and here we go. He's about to party on track. Novak stepping into that initiation, wasn't quick and snappy, kind of just rolling into it. Oh, it takes a lot of angle out of it. You saw the wheels correct and straight now, coming to that second outside zone. I don't know if the car is 100% for him or what's going on exactly. This isn't the Novak that we know and love. Okay. So just from onset, you could see kind of stepping into it, rolling in. Point out some highlights for us, Ryan.
So as he initiated there, you could see that the front wheels moving ever so slightly, but nice job on inside clip number 1. This is where the error happens right here. As he transitions going by that downhill touch and go, you can see him pull almost all the angle out of the car. The car went to a very low amount of angle. Gets more angle into the car at the top of outside zone 1. So let's look at it from the sky here. As he comes by inside clip 1, right here is where the error was made. You can see pulls out quite a bit of angle and then pours the angle back on as he comes up through outside zone number 1. Doesn't get into outside zone number 2, but has big angle and a decent line at inside clip number 2. Transitions the car down. It doesn't really fully let it rotate. I'd like to see more angle there as he comes through the touch and go area, and his line isn't ideal either, but does a pretty good job on inside clip number 3.
Okay, and see what Nick gets here. Shout out to Adam Jabebe. Thanks for watching. Tell all your friends you're watching. Hashtag FDATL. Tag away at Formula D. Let us know you're watching from across the globe. K&N knockout qualifying continues. 77. 77. There is a 77 for Nick Novak. The wind flaring up here. And we move on to Mike Power. Mike Power is up here in the booth talking with his spotter. Scott was in his head, see what he learned, if he learned anything by being up here in the tower and seeing what's cracking. All right, Mike Power, the Power Racing Nissan Silvia. Come to us from New York, Port Jeff Station, New York to be exact. And power on the start. And we are clear to send power and ready to move it on. Yeah, we are kind of establishing that cutoff line on who's going to have their second run. So let's see what Power's got. Good initiation, good angle from him. Little hop there. Now coming into the horseshoe, into that second outside zone. Like the fluidity, but had to get off the throttle. Now coming down, fills all that touch and go, and then back up the hill. Pretty good run there for Power.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
Overall, pretty good. Let's have a look at the replay, Jared. As he initiates, you can see a nice amount of angle here. Just taps that inside clip, so he'll have a deduction on line slightly. Coming up the hill, you can see a slight deduction in angle, and then pours it on at the end of the zone. Coming up to outside zone 2, could have been deeper there. Was off of inside clip number 2 a little bit as he transitions down the hill. You can see that his front bumper came pretty close to that rumble strip at the touch and go area, and then maybe a little bit off of inside clip number 3. Hopefully we can get a drone shot of this run. That'd be fantastic. Maybe we'll just do a replay of the one we had to have a view of this again. As he comes up the hill, this is where the angle kind of reduced a little bit there, some left foot brake, and then throws on big angle. We'd like to see the angle kind of increase as he comes up the hill, but that was maybe a little bit abrupt there. Like to see more angle through this outside zone number 1, as opposed to just pouring it on between 1 and 2. So he's going to lose a little bit of points there, for line, and potentially angle through that area as well.
Let's see the result of Mike Power's first effort. It's going to be one and done. I think that's going to be enough. I think that's going to be sufficient. Keeping it sideways. Drifting fans of all ages out here tonight. And an 80, so that's an 8-0 for Mike Power. Yeah, I believe that's going to be enough. That will be enough for Mike Power. Just a few more drivers left. Notably Darren Kelly. So the cutoff is 28, so you want to kind of be that up there. Right, because we have 36. We're going to have a total of 36 drivers, so you take the bottom 8.
Yeah.
You want to be 28 or higher.
So currently the only 2 drivers that are below that are the 2 that have incomplete. So
right.
That definitely will get filled as we get through here, as we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 drivers left to go.
A Formula Drift Pro rookie. He's a champion in his native country of New Zealand, and bringing up a very unique vehicle here, the first ever Aston Martin Vantage drift car that I've ever seen. So Darren Kelly, coming to us from New Zealand. Representative flying the Kiwi flag. Listen to this thing. It sounds wild. Now coming to that first outside zone, DK into this second outside zone. Doesn't get all the way out there, the heart of racing vehicle. And now coming down into the touch and go. Dials it in. I mean, that's a solid, good fluid. Oh no, overcooks it, gets into the dirt.
That is a tricky spot right there, Jared.
It could get slick. And remember how you're talking about walls? There's not many here. Well, that one has eaten up cars before.
That one has eaten cars, definitely. You're coming in there very fast.
Yep.
And if you end up getting into that grass at the wrong angle, you'll end up in that wall. So let's look at his initiation there. Some handbrake pulls, getting the car to angle, all good. Gets inside clip number 1. Coming up the hill, maybe lacking in angle a little bit. Pours on a little bit more as he comes up to outside zone 2, but misses outside zone 2. Comes into inside clip number 2, gets fairly close, maybe a little bit late on the apex there of that inner clip as he comes down the hill. I'd just like to see more angle from the car overall. He poured it on there to try to stay on the track, but overall running slightly lower angle throughout the course, and I'd like to see more angle from that car, consistently throughout the track. So just kind of putting it on in certain areas, but not running it at high levels all around the course.
All right, some of our fans departing a little early. We'll see them tomorrow for the main event. And you can see off in the distance, Jeff Jones in that Pedal Commander burnout box. What engine is Darren running? It's V12, right?
It's a V12, but it's from a DBS, the old naturally aspirated DBS,
Okay.
and then you put twin superchargers on it. So very unique setup.
75, a 75, sitting in that 24th position. You want to be 28th or higher just to lock in and ensure that you don't have to have your second run. But as Jeff Jones, the Evil Auto Works, Prisma Labs, Nissan 370Z, fun-loving Jones.
Jared, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Grinya in Ukraine. He had to move his whole family to the west part of the country, but he's still working. He does a lot of commentating. He does a lot of translation. He takes different drift series and translate them into different languages.
Yeah.
And he's probably watching right now. I've been in touch with him quite a bit over the last few weeks, but I'm really happy that him and his family are safe.
Good.
He's a huge drift aficionado, and he does a lot. He drives in Europe as
Yeah.
well. He's a Red Bull sponsored driver, so part of the drift family that we hope is doing well, and can't wait to see him again.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, Dimitri Ilyuk, he's a homie of mine as well over there.
He's doing well?
Yeah, he's good.
Good.
All right, here we go. Jeff Jones. Jeff Jones thrown down for Southern California. This Evil Auto Works vehicle ripping in. Yes, nice job. Jones right on it. Mr. Jones into the second outside zone. Yep, quick little yank of the handbrake. And now exiting out of the horseshoe. Pass the touch and go. Blazing trails. Nice job by Jones. That was really well done.
Jeff Jones is using the entirety of his throttle pedals
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wheel speed, a lot of smoke.
That was exciting, man.
Yeah, he was fast. He was on it, looking good. So let's see if we can get the replay up and analyze what he did here. Kind of a stepped initiation, unfortunately, there for Jeff, but got back on throttle at the inside clip. Maybe a little bit late there, but on throttle through the rest. Coming up through insides clip number 1. Pretty good line there. Did okay on outside zone number 2. Inside clip number 2 could have been a little bit tighter there, but throttle everywhere from Jeff Jones here. You can see him transitioning pretty strongly through the finish line. Could have been wider at the finish, but man, he had the wheel speed tonight. Anyway, even with this wind, the smoke's taking a while to clear out of the bowl we have here.
All right, there's the fans. Sitting up there on the fence and getting ready to see what kind of score we're going to be seeing for Jeff Jones. Just a few more drivers left. We got four to be exact. Kazuya Taguchi, Federico Sharifo, Josh Reynolds, and Ola Yeager. Saw Ola at Long Beach. He was gutted that he couldn't compete, but he's got to be happy. He's behind the wheel of Super. An 85, Jeff Jones. Look at that smile. Well done there, JJ Jeff Jones. Yep. All right, so that cut line, pushing some drivers down there. Really liked how Jeff, quick little handbrake to get out of that second zone. But those drivers they're feeling good. They're going to be in the show. You can see Forsberg, they're in 11th. Hughes, I'm actually going to have some words with Dylan Hughes in just a moment. So again, 28. So Yves Meyer, he is, Meyer, Love, Olsen, and you can see Carney and Literal. So, and then, so Beecham is a no-show.
No show.
Yeah. So
Okay.
36 drivers.
All right.
Again, he is in the building, just not suited and booted, not rootin' tootin'. Kazuya Taguchi. Taguchi ISR upgrade, GT Radial, Scion FRS, or Toyota 86, regardless.
Close enough.
Yeah. All right, here we go in that first, scrubbing a lot of speed there. Just really kind of checking up. Now looks a lot more comfortable. Coming that second outside zone, filling it. Yes, sir. Way to go, Taguchi. Stepping up, garage. Didn't start confidently, but now finishing really strong. So just that hiccup from the start, outside of everything else, was really well done.
Yeah, he definitely had an issue there at initiation. The beginning of the course was not done very well, but he really cleaned it up near the end of that run. So let's watch his initiation. You can see his handbrake pull. It's locked the entirety of that initiation length. So it slowed down the car quite a bit. Hit that inside clip, but all the way up the hill here, you can see he's on throttle, goes really wide between zone 1 and zone 2, but it allows him to fill zone 2 very nicely. Gets the inside clip number 2. It could have been a little bit tighter there. On the way down the hill, kind of hard to see through the smoke, but I think he got close to that rumble strip. There we go. We got the drone in the air. So let's watch as he comes down the hill. So as he goes up the hill, first of all, nice job on zone number 2. Could have been a little bit tighter inside clip 2. And then as he transitions down the hill, let's have a look at where his front bumper is. Not quite as tight as we'd like to see him there. We want to have that front bumper kind of over the rumble strip, and he was off of it a little bit, so there'll be some points deducted there for him. But after that ridiculously long handbrake pull, that was the entirety. He got it, he locked it up, didn't let go until he got back on throttle at inside clip number 1.
It was like the Titanic movie. Never let go, Jack.
Never let go.
Never let go. Then he finally let go. All right, here we go. Kazuya Taguchi waiting for his score, and 3 more drivers. Federico Sharifo, Josh Reynolds, and Ola Yeager. Remember, if you do not make it into 28 or higher, you're going to have your second run. But Kazuya, with that handbrake, after he did let go, he burnt it down. 85 for Kazuya Taguchi.
So he did pretty well online because of that zone 1 and zone 2. They're worth 8 and 9 points respectively, and you can see that he has a 36 out of 40 there. And then style is where he did lose some points. 8 points lost on style.
3 more drivers left, and then we will see our not-so-great 8, see if they can make it into tomorrow's main event. But with 36 drivers here competing, we will see 4 drivers that will not be seeing action on track. Looks like Kazuya Taguchi put a little moisture on the track, unfortunately. So Federico, who, yeah, that's nerve-wracking. You know, you're ready to go, you get all hyped up, you kind of, you know, slapping, boxing, and getting all ready, and then nope. Go ahead. Grab a seat. Grab a seat.
And that's a thoroughbred that he has up there. You
Yeah.
know, that's a stallion. That V12 wants to
spicy
gallop down
meatball.
the hill, and now he's got to make it just
It's
sit
a
there.
spicy
Start
meatball.
line.
Yeah. What's the engine setup he's running now?
He's running a V12 as well. I think it's naturally aspirated with NOS now.
Yep.
It used to be twin supercharged
Twin
as
supercharged.
well, and it did not work very well, I believe. Now that it's naturally aspirated, twin turbo now, single turbo. How does he put 12 cylinders into one turbo?
He's got 12 turbos?
It's a turbo from a semi-truck, Chris tells me over there. It's the size of a pumpkin. So
One gun style.
It's very different than I thought. Was it last year that it was? It's
Yeah.
never been?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm way off, but it sounds a lot better than it used to. Yeah, it does sound a lot better. One turbo for 12 cylinders. Wow, that's interesting. Good for him. I'm sure it works out really well.
For him.
I love seeing different cars like this. It's really exciting. It has to be so difficult to set a car like that up. Somebody that, you know, it's the only one in the world. Nobody's ever drifted a 599 before.
Yeah.
And here he is doing it. And it can't be easy to develop all the parts and buy replacement headlights, taillights. Everything is expensive on a Ferrari, and you know, replacement parts like that are not cheap.
Look at those lights. Holy cow.
Those are blinding.
Can't even see him. Blinded by the light. Wrapped up like Federico. Here we go. Federico Fedi spent a lot of time here in Georgia. He got a drift school, and now here he is throwing it down. Triple F, drifting department. Ferrari. Okay, almost gets out that second outside zone, takes a tighter line. Still a great job. Brand new livery, looks great. Pennzoil lubricants running through the veins. Now one final clip, brings on home. So outside of that second outside zone, I like the fluidity, the aggressiveness. Like you say, the car looks like it's more settled. It's got the power on deck. So that was a good run.
Yeah, he's got that old F40 racing livery, road racing livery on there. This is probably one of the best runs I've seen from him. I don't know if ever in this car. It's really, he's on throttle. Of course, it's a little bit choppy in terms of throttle, but overall, the car looks really settled through the course. You can see him getting the car into mostly the right areas where it's supposed to be. A little bit off the touch and go there. Transitions to inside clip 3. Nice and tight on that one. But overall, good throttle usage. The car looks fast, controlled. It looks like it's a lot easier to drive than it has been previously, and he's looking really comfortable in it. He could have been, of course, wider on outside zone 2, but pretty tight on inside clip number 2, and good job overall from Federico in his Ferrari 599.
All right. Good job, Fedi. Near, far, wherever you are. My heart will go on for you, Fedi. Appreciate that.
Poetic.
Yep. Federico Sharifo waiting for his score. 2 more drivers on their first runs. One and done? Or are they moving on to have to complete a second run? Under pressure. Josh Reynolds up next. Ola Yeager after that. 79. 79 by Federico Sharifo. Puts him in 22nd. That's in there. He's in
safe.
there, baby.
There are
He's
only
safe.
2 more cars to go. So even if they're higher than him, he's only going to be, what, 24th?
Yep.
So 26 is the cutoff?
Yep. That's good.
Yeah.
28.
28, sorry.
28,
Yeah, so
that's
he's very safe.
Yep.
Very comfortably in after the first run for Federico. And yeah, I have to say that is probably the best run I've seen from Federico in that car.
Yep.
I know in Japan and Europe he's driven some more traditional cars and done much better, but trying to develop that Ferrari is surely a challenge.
Right. Don't call me Shirley, okay?
Surely, you must be kidding.
Some people get my dumb jokes, and I love when people reference them later. I put out little quips back there. Did you catch my Simon? Yes, my name is Simon. Regardless. Josh Reynolds throwing down. Big supercharger sticking out of the bonnet. And Josh Reynolds, that 86. Oh, big angle and big explosion.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy. Josh Reynolds, that will be an incomplete. So, unfortunately, that's our first incomplete. I mean, outside of not hitting the track, you know, we obviously saw that earlier with Ryan Littoral. So here's Josh Reynolds. What went wrong?
Well, he got the car initiated okay. It looked like he was a little hesitant driving down the hill towards initiation and maybe didn't have the momentum he needed. And you could see that it really didn't get him around that inside clip properly. And then right here, it was not the inside clip that caused him to spin because it was under the car at the time. But you can see his line was a little bit too tight. He got a lot of angle here and maybe just got a little aggressive on the throttle as he tried to motor up the hill. And, you know, that is an area where you need momentum. And if he had lost his momentum at inside clip 1, he's going to try to regain that momentum by getting on throttle, and he may have done it too quickly there, and the car just snapped on him and over-rotated, unfortunately.
Bummer for Reynolds. He will have to have his second run. Next up, Ola Jaeger, as we got to clean up here on aisle 1. The BC Racing clip point. The drift force is Josh Reynolds and Yves Meyer. They're a team from Switzerland, so they're driving their vehicles. And Ola Jaeger with that brand new Team Japan auto, not new, but new for him to bring his car from Norway and bring it over here. So that's, I think that's great.
It's definitely new to Formula Drift.
All right, we got a late entry here. The sweeper coming in hot. Good angle right there. I mean, that angle kit, look at that. He just turned that thing on a dime. Look at this. That's the size of turbo that Federico's running out back on that tractor. That's the size of his turbo.
I don't know how he fits it under the hood.
One driver left, and here is the leaderboard.
So Mohan, Baryon, Meyer, Love, Olsen, Carney, Littoral, of course Beecham, I don't believe is here, and then Reynolds. And we don't know where Jaeger is going to land at the moment, but those are the cars that are currently below the cut line, so they're going to have to do another run.
And again, so right there, what we saw, that 28 to 32, those drivers, they're still going to have to go a second run.
Exactly, yeah, that's going to be their next up.
Yeah, you know, in other motorsports, you'd call it like LCQ. Again, we call it knockout qualifying.
And what does that LCQ stand for, Jared?
Last chance qualifying.
Very
so
nice.
essentially the last chance, because a lot, you know, if you're 28th or higher, or excuse me, no, it wouldn't be 28th, it'd be 27th or higher. You're comfortable.
Yeah, you're in securely, safely for competition tomorrow. So right now we're getting a little cleanup done, and
it's done. Executed,
waiting for Ula to do another warm-up, I presume, before he does his next run.
The Ula or Ola?
Well, he told me it's Ula Jaeger.
Ula la, ah, wee wee.
Yes.
Shout out to my boy Killer Mike, saw him last night run the Jules. Again, was going to have some words with T-Pain. I don't know if he's still here or where he's at, but. All right, here we go. Ula Jaeger, Team Japan Auto, next entire Toyota Supra.
And like you said, he drove the old Chucky car from Osbo's history. But again, that wasn't his car, but now he's in his own personal car, so we get to see how he'll do here.
Yeah, I'm excited, and saw him in Long Beach, was really, I mean, that car has been around all over the world, finally getting here. This is how our current leader, and Ula really needs to show up here and knock him down to 93. Almost getting challenged there by Chelsea Nopa, 93 as well, but the Corvette came out on top. Again, can Ula, our final driver, can he take him out? We'll see. TBD for MF Macfield.
And what are you going to need to unseat a guy like Matt Field here is precision on the line. The line is worth 40 points, so 40% of the score goes towards line. Big points in outside zone 1 and 2. So if you're able to put the car where it needs to be on track really well, you can guarantee yourself 40% of the score right there. And then you've got angle and style to play with as well. And here Ula goes.
Here we go, Ula. Jaeger coming down the hill. Make like Toto and hold the line. Coming into that inside clip. Well done. Well done so far. Nice job by Ula. Now coming into the first outside zone. A little wavering there. Gets out to that second outside zone. Jaeger knocking over that inside clip. Now transitioning out. Is this enough? Ooh, off of that touch and go. And then taking out that final inside clip. So liked the initiation. Unfortunately, off that touch and go. Didn't exactly execute the second outside zone perfectly, but was still out there in the vicinity.
Yeah, this is a good run from Ula, but definitely not vying for the top position. He wasn't as accurate as he would, should have been throughout the course. You can see that his angle was suffering a little bit there. His line is not all the way out to those zones. He hit inside clip number 2. Coming down the hill, he's way off of the touch and go as well. We'd like to see that front bumper hanging over the rumble strip through that touch and go area, and then he hit inside clip 3 on the way back down the hill. So look at the angle in his car as he comes up the hill here. Low angle there and then pours it on at the end. Does get to the sort of near outside zone number 2, but only near the end of it. Gets nice and close to touch and go number 2 to the point that he taps it way off of the touch and go area here, and then transitions tapping inside clip number 3. So line will suffer. Angle is going to have some points deducted as well as he goes through the course.
Just tap it in there, Ula Jaeger, as again, #1 qualifier, Matt Field, and what a great feat for him and his team. I don't think that's going to be enough for Ula to take down Matt Field, but dude, hats off to his Drift Cave team. He's the head caveman, and here we go, 78 for Ula Jaeger. So Matt Field will be our #1 qualifier. That Falcon Tires Drift Cave Corvette, the forged stars on the corners wrapped in those Falcon tires, and again, crashing the car, him and Freddie having the incident, not a single, I mean, that thing was sideways, not just drifting, but he straightened the thing out, looks great. Safety #1 priority, the cage, the Momo seats, keeping him safe. So hat tip to Matt Field and his team, your #1 qualifier, and we will find out who's going to be going for their second runs here. We'll make it official. And also, I'm going to have some words with the dozer, Dylan Hughes. We're talking all things Royal Purple, Permatex, 4 wheels, 2 wheels. This man's doing it all. So I'm going to have some words with Dylan Hughes. And again, who's going to be going to the K&N knockout qualifying. Again, unofficially right there, that's where it should land. So again, Beecham's not in there. It should be, again, Reynolds, Literal, Carney, Olsen. Okay, here are the names. So looks like Deane Carney, Ryan Literal, Joao Barrion, Josh Love, Eve Meyer, Simon Olsen, and Josh Reynolds. So those are the drivers that are going to have their second K&N knockout qualifying run, and only 4 of those drivers will advance on to the top 32. So let everybody know you're watching a Formula Drift Round 2 AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. When we come back, we'll be back here on track, Road Atlanta, for our not-so-great 8, the 8 drivers. Only 4 spots. Who's going to make it in? When we come back, we'll find out.
For those who don't settle when others do, who will give everything but won't give up. For those who believe in unlimited while others limit themselves. For those who are set free by performance and believe innovation can take you anywhere.
The first time you try Pedal Commander, you'll feel
Rockstar Energy Drink. There's Matt Wall, the twin turbo 350Z. Tanner Fast going through the paces. Solid line here. Great angle. Woo! Good initiation from Dye. Did you see that fake flip entry? Just gangster right there.
Good job right there by Osmo, but look at Odie Bocci's diving right in on the attack and
Positioning now. Ryan Turf really needs to show up. He went off course. Tightens it up to the front clip, as is Freddie.
The Norwegian hammer gets sweated by Denofa.
And then he just keeps on going past. And Frederick Osbo fills all that outside zone. Michael Lesser right there.
Looking in roll tide. Here we go.
Final outside zone line. Pretty straightforward.
Outside zone. Frederick Osbo right there. And now bring around that final clip.
approaching, pulling some tire out. So qualifying playing a role here in Long.
I'm Dylan Hughes, Formula Drift Pro driver, and today we're going to talk about Royal Purple HPS and what actually goes into it. There's a lot of talk about additives, and Royal Purple has its proprietary Centerlick technology. It is fortified with a high level of zinc phosphorus anti-wear additive for exceptional protection against heat and wear. Its high film strength improves sealing between the piston ring and cylinder wall for maximum horsepower and torque. Royal Purple HPS, race car technology for the street.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Toyota, let's go places. Royal Purple, the official engine oil of Formula Drift, the synthetic expert. Rockstar, the official energy drink of Formula Drift.
Turns out that a lot of the modern bikes, well, all of the modern bikes have a governed speed limiter inside of the ECU at either 184, 186, or 190 miles an hour, depending on where you look. So my pal Noah here went ahead and got the ECU out of the Kawasaki ZH2 behind us, and actually he found it because we didn't even know where it was located on the bike. So he found it, had to pull some of the bodywork off, removed it, and then now we have to verify the numbers on it, and we have to find somewhere that's actually going to reflash this thing. So no more speed limiters. We want to go 200 this time, not 191. We've been doing a little bit of digging. So this is BT Moto. They make tuner kits basically for these Kawasaki ZH2s. So going back and forth with him, I asked if I needed to send the ECU. He said no need to send the ECU. We got you handled, no downtime, all done from home. And it looks like we're just going to be able to plug something into this thing, and it will delete all that factory stuff we don't want off of this thing. And we don't even have to send the ECU, which is totally sick. I assume we'll probably have to do a couple more things to the bike. I kind of want to take it to K&N. Maybe we can put it on the dyno, see if they'll let us do that. Probably should do new tires. Probably should do a new chain and sprockets just for safety. And then obviously some fresh fuel. So this is a major part of why we didn't go as fast as we wanted to last year. Stupid thing.
That was so scary.
Well, there is the track, and there's a little insight. Like I said, 4 wheels, 2 wheels. This gentleman does it all off-road, on-road, and on the salt flats. AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. I talked about the 8 drivers, but right now I'm going to talk to a driver who's in the show. He's joining me here in the booth. Dylan Hughes, the Dozer, congratulations. You're going to see competition, but I want to talk about 2 wheels. I said, is that sketchy? You're like, oh yeah. But the ECU was the hang-up, and you're going back to the salt.
Yeah, it was a little squirrely, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I think that the first couple of passes we did weren't that bad. Like, it was definitely fast, but 160 was like, okay, this is fast. And then we bumped up to 180, and that was like, oh my gosh, that was like twice as fast, it felt like. So that was kind of crazy to feel, and I can't wait to go back. We're gonna go do it again. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, so is that kind of just the missing link? You're literally talking to the computer like, no more speed limiters, let's go. Like, is that
You go fast.
Is that it?
That's pretty much it, man. Like, I'm telling you, I held that thing on the throttle stop for almost a minute. Wow. So they gave us 3 miles of run up to, or 2 miles of run up to a timed mile. I topped the bike out before the end of the first mile, and I know that because they have marker cones every quarter mile and every mile. And I was like, well, I'm not going to slow down and then re-speed up for my timed mile. So I just held it on the throttle stop for 2 miles, and that's as fast as it would go. So then we start to dig, try to figure out why it did that, and that dang computer, man.
Well, I mean, hey, it's good. I mean, I just want you to be safe, man. I mean, it seems so sketchy. Safety is a priority. You got your whole leather suit on. You got the helmet. It's sketchy. What else you doing? What else you working on, man? You got the diesel wagon drift machine. That thing rips.
The diesel wagon is pretty hilarious. And that was something that we kind of dreamed up with teaming up with Royal Purple, and I had my eye on that engine for a while, and it was something that I really thought would be hilarious and awesome. Everybody's got a party car now.
Rolling coal, bro.
Yeah, diesel power, baby. You know,
so random.
Big Diesel Brothers fan.
I'm a big wagon guy, so I like the juxtaposition of that. The wagon, big party wagon. You know, throw the Labrador Retriever in the back, and take them on a rip. I'm just kidding. I just feel like a wagon.
Off to the races.
What else you got cooking?
So we're going to take my streetcar turned Turbo the Daily E36. We're going to take that out to Grid Life, a couple of Grid Life events. That's going to be really fun. Excited about that. It's going to be a fully wrapped blue car with Permatex, and I'm really, really excited about that. So picture like the livery we had, the blue car last year. Well, the blue car, I say that. The blue livery last year. You
had so many. I can't keep them in line.
It's tough, man. It's tough. I know, with 3 different cars and multiple liveries and whatever. So we'll have a blue Permatex car going to the Grid Life rounds, which will be massive fun. It's going to be going on the Falcon Tires rig.
Awesome.
Totally stoked to go out there and shred with Matt, Odie, JTP, and the boys. So going out there, put down a show for that, have some fun. Bonneville, we're going back doing that.
That's right. You're on Falcon this year too.
Check that out. Huh?
How's that working out? What do you think of the track? I mean, Atlanta.
Yeah.
What's your expectations?
Yeah. So first time driving Atlanta on the Falcon tire, and it feels unbelievable. You know, it's one of those things where it drives like I would have expected it to drive, like really, really well.
It's predictable.
Predictable. Absolutely predictable, and that's what I think is so cool about it. And this track is so cool. I mean, look at this place. It's just. This, to me, is a real racetrack. There's rumble strips on both sides. There's no big scary walls, which is like, I like walls, but this is just such an iconic track, and it's so fun going 100 miles an hour down that hill, chucking it to the lock stops. You're coming back up the hill here, and you can't really see your zones. So, like, you really just kind of got to get your muscle memory down perfectly, or else you're going to biff it at this track, and I love it.
Awesome. Well, stick around, watch as, again, we're going to get Ryan Lontaine in here, but if you want to hang out, maybe get some feedback from you. But Lontaine's going to watch from there, and going to call the run here. Kyle Mohan, he was blowing smoke out of his just out of his hood, man. So I don't know what went south for him.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I know that that rotaries do a little smoky smoke, a little disco Dorito action. That happens.
Disco Dorito. yeah.
But I think that seemed a little bit excessive. I saw him go by a little bit earlier when we were pitted up top there. And it sounds like he was coughing a little bit, so like fingers crossed he puts together a good run. I hope they figured it out.
Well, here we go. Kyle the Menace Mohan coming down the hill. Lontaine, Chris Yule, and Brian Egger. See that little Puff the Magic Dragon? Ooh, smashes into that.
A little early.
That's a lot of handbrake there, but kind of bogging down. Let's see what Mohan's got here. Some shimmy shake into that first outside zone. Coming to second. He's off the mark right now. He's got a little bit of a little cough. Does not look 100% here for Mohan.
Yeah, I can see some smoke coming out the hood out of that wastegate. It, like, when it's in boost, it sounds good, but it just seems like it's struggling to get to boost a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunate for Mohan. I don't think that's going to be enough. Again, we have 8 drivers, only 4 spots, and we'll see. Right. Also, update on Deane Carnage. As we take a look at this, Deane sent me a text, and he says that the first lap on the burnout box lost the dry sump belt, so hopefully the car stays together. Yeah, so look at that. So as Mohan explodes that right there. Oh no, we got fluids. Oh really? Oh boy, yeah. That track is shiny, shine bright like a diamond.
Scary. And that to everybody who doesn't know, that is probably the worst, most scariest thing you could have on a racetrack is unknown fluids, whether it be coolant, engine oil. It doesn't really matter. That is just absolute ice right there. So that's a little bit sketchy. And obviously Kyle didn't know. he didn't know it was going to do that, and he didn't know that he was doing that, or I'm sure he would have stopped, but like, that's a lot of work to get that cleaned up.
Oh boy. All right, well, safety truck's out, the tractor's coming, and are we gonna score that? Did you score that yet? All right, so we'll find out, see what's going on here. But yeah, so yeah, what were you saying there? You're mouthing something to me about the dry sump belt going out?
Well, did something fly off the roof, or did they hit a? Did he hit a drone? Was that a thing?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay, I saw something shoot out the hood. I thought it was a drone.
No.
Okay.
So yeah, so I thought you were talking about Deane Carney, but yeah.
Oh, okay. What did he
so
say?
Deane, yeah, look at that. He lost his dry sump belt.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. So that is a bummer. So hopefully he says the motor holds together. One lap and they're gonna change it tonight.
Oh boy, those boys have a long night ahead of them. Let me tell you, swapping a motor at the track, it's like one thing to do it at the shop under like clean lights, clean floor, everything's all good, but doing it at the track with your mobile unit is always just tough, man.
Yeah.
So hats off to those guys. They got their work cut out for them, but I know that team will be able to put it back together. Those guys are insane over there.
Yeah, they thrash. So that Hyper NFT Viper, we'll see what kind of fluids we're dealing with here. Looks like we're gonna throw it on some kitty litter. You know what, and you were talking about, so compliments to the venue, Road Atlanta, you know, been coming here for 19 years. This is always a great attribute of being on track. All right, cool. Here's the kitty litter, here's the blower.
Yep.
Get it done.
Yeah, track boys down there throwing down already. There's already a tow truck out there.
Dude.
They got it dragging down. Like, these guys are killing it. They're on it. So we appreciate that. And not to mention, Jared, you got like the sickest seat in the house. This is an awesome place to watch from. Like, I'm sitting up, I don't watch it from up here, right?
I
Like,
know,
usually I'm up top, and then
yeah.
we actually drove. I was with Teo a little bit earlier, one of the photographer guys for FD, and we drove the track in the golf cart, and I was like, wow, this is a very different feeling in this. Like, it happens so fast in the race car that it's just like bam, 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 you black out and it's over. And you're like, did I do it? Did I do it good? Like, I don't know. I blacked out. So
I saw Vaughn Gittin Jr. He's down here just during practice. He was talking to both Adam and Chelsea. And he's like, you don't announce practice? I said, no, you can't win in practice. Like, what do you like, no. Like, here he goes again. Yeah. And another guy goes again. He's like, he just never thought about that perspective. Yeah. So Kyle, unfortunately, insult to injury, sprays fluids all over the track and gets a unfortunate lackluster score. That's going to be a 58. He's not, you know, we'll see. But yeah, we'll see if that's enough. I mean, truth be told, he does have a score.
Yep.
So if the other,
you never know, man.
You know, yeah, you never know.
You never know. I've seen weirder things. It's all good.
Yep.
Well,
all right. Hey, thanks, Doggy.
I appreciate it. Thanks
you.
for having me.
Good luck tomorrow. Head-to-head competition. Good luck to you.
Oh, yeah.
Throttle, official sponsor of Formula Drift. Join the social app for car enthusiasts. Watch exclusive FD clips powered by Throttle. Join the social app that brings together car lovers from across the globe. Go full throttle and download the app now.
Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. 'Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Your future in high-performance motorsports begins at the University of Northwestern Ohio.
There is no other school like UNOH to teach you the things, not only for Monster Jam, but for the hot rod community.
With 70% hands-on learning, no out-of-state tuition, and top-of-the-line instructors, you'll go from learning to earning with the industry leader in motorsports education.
I love waking up to come to school.
This facility here has all the tools and instructors and knowledge that you need to go out and be successful in the field.
Your journey to the fast lane begins at UNOH.
Dylan Hughes. See what you got, Rome. Dylan Hughes. See if he can step up. He got gapped there on that first battle. Rome brings it around. Low and slow. That is the tempo right now. Let's see if they turn it up. Rome throwing some gangster angle at it. And look at Dylan going deeper on the second run. Rome with some awesome angle. A great lead run to follow here. It looks like Dylan past that touch and go. Just a quick little flick of the wrist. And back up the hill, Ryan. I think there was a, don't know where Hunter's at, but here we go. Jeff Jones leading. Frederick Osbo giving chase. Jeff Jones initiating into that first front flip. And look at that transition. Wow. Well done. Look at Osbo just nicking that course marker. Jeff Jones swinging for the fences. Fills that second outside zone into that second front flip outside of the keyhole. Oh, Jeff Jones shot it outside wide. Then tries to tighten it up there on that touch and go. And then Jeff Jones across that front flip. Castro comes in across the nose of LZ's S15. Down to that front flip. Oh, LZ, great composure there. No nervousness whatsoever as Castro now comes in that first outside zone and the second in the keyhole. Both of them filling that second outside zone. Oh man, LZ being absolutely soaked in smoke. But still, so from whatever happened in 32 to now here in 16, you know what? I said he was nervous. Not. Here we go, Matt Field and Von Gittin Jr. The scenarios play out as the tires burn on. Matt Field initiates into that front flip. Right there, look at him. Matt Field just wraps it around that front flip. Now going to that first outside zone, some wavering by both the drivers in that second outside zone. Right there, riding the line is, woo! Oh, doctor, look at this! Both these guys showing up, toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, body parts being shredded off, shredded to send it to end it. Matt Field and Von Gittin Jr. out front. Matt Field in the chase position. Who's coming out on top? Odie missing some of those carbon Kevlar bits, wraps it around that front clip, gets a little closer, doesn't have that bumper on. And look at this big angle. Matt Field with a big correction. Oh boy. And Matt Field, is that considered incomplete? Kind of came out of power, and now coming back down the hill. Guys, is that an incomplete? But the contact, Brian, I hear you screaming, hooting and hollering. Is that enough? Wow. Jonathan Castro represented DR, and Mobile One. Next tire, Toyota Racing Toyota 86. Deane Carnage Carney, the Oracle lights shining on the side of that 86. Yo, Castro! Woo! Oh, doctor, look at this. Deane Carnage Carney lunges to the side. Both these guys are hungry. And look at Castro and Carnage. Zeroing in, the Viper's fangs are out. Hey, that dude's stabbing something big of armpit. I'm recording twice. And oh no, oh my goodness. No. Ah, what a bummer. So Deane Carnage Carney calling a comp timeout.
You're getting the thing off. I'll pull the plugs.
Y'all get the hood. Get the faster gun. Where's the box?
Get a hitch.
Hey, that's not going to go in. That won't go in. That won't go in. That won't go in.
Okay, we just in case. Here. Say what?
You ready to go to the hood? Get it. First burn.
Hey, someone pull up the run on the screen. I want to see the run.
Yeah, let me.
Get the other fan as well. There's a plug on the other side. I got one right here.
We don't need the number 2 off. I need the valve cover spacer with it as well. 2.
Two will do it. Put on the washers. Don't worry about it. Okay? Don't worry about it.
Bump it. It's loose. No, don't bump it.
Pull up my rock.
Oh.
Pretty loose. Come on, one thing. Hey, put it on the trailer. Yeah. Do it. Hey.
Yep.
Okay, get it on. Get it on.
What's the wire?
I don't care what the lash is, it's better than it was. 3 minutes? Alright,
Take your time.
3.
Take your time. Have a look before you put that in to make sure there's no fucking washers in there.
Hey, just wiggle the rest of them. Wiggle the rest of our hardware. See if anything's really loose. No, that's... Okay, it's just that one. Put all the bolts on, you get in. We're missing a stud. Where's hardware? Nuts and bolts. Nuts and washers. Okay. Stuff like that down. That's an impact. You don't need an impact on that. Get the ratchet. Ratchet. Nope. Electric ratchet.
Yeah, we had a rocker failure in the burnout box in qualifying last night, and we run a different valve train on both our motors, which is kind of silly, honestly, but we do, and that's the case we're in. We couldn't get a rocker that was the same for our motor, so Matt Fields guys actually got us an LS one, and we kind of modified it, and I stabbed myself in the finger last night. We had some challenging times. We got it done, and I think we should be able to get back out there, and this is going to be a challenging night, though, that's for sure.
Best of luck, Deane.
Just trying to cool her down. She's a little red in the face. Hey, she saw you bulling him around the track. Guys, steal one from the other side if you need one. You got 2 minutes. So relax yourself. I've got a nut. That nut started. The party's hot. It's cooling down. Let me get the plugs on. Guys, a minute and a half, 90 seconds. Let's get the hood. One more plug. Watch out. Good. Hold on, fire up. Fire up. Yeah, it's fine, but we're gonna do that between rounds every time. I hope next time goes 2 laps. But if the lifters collapse, it'll just be solid.
All right, so here we go. Deane, Carnage, Carney, Oracle, Lightning, Dodge, Viper, and that of Jonathan Castro flying the DR flag. And this is his, this is his track. I would love to see Jonathan Castro get on the box, but you know who does it? Deane, Carnage, Carney, high on the bank. Woo! Making all that work pay off right now, but how's he gonna handle the killer crossover? Over that jump, no problem for Deane, Carnage, Carney, or Jonathan Castro. Getting right to the crease. Wow, great job by both the gentlemen. Man. And scores are up. Sliding left for Castro, right for Carney. And it looks like Deane, Carnage, Carney gets the victory, and it is unanimous. So again, yeah, the whole team gets the victory.
Rockstar Energy Drink. There's Matt Wall, the twin turbo PWC. Tanner Fast going through the paces. Solid line here. Great angle.
Woo! Good initiation from Dye. Did you see that fade flip entry? Just gangster right there. Good job right there by Osmo, but look at Odie Bocci's diving right in on the attack and
positioning now. Ryan Turf really needs to show up. He went off course. Tightens up to the front clip, as does Freddie. The Norwegian hammer gets sweated by Denofa. And then he just keeps on going past. And Frederick Osmo fills all that outside zone. Michael Lesso right there.
Look at him roll tide. Here we go.
Final outside zone line. Pretty straightforward.
Outside zone. Frederick Osmo right there.
And now bringing around that final clip.
Approaching, pulling some tire out.
So qualifying playing a role here in Long Beach.
How does one car going wild in a mall help us tell the GR story?
You're right.
We need more cars.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Air Force, Aim High. Type S, official lighting sponsor of Formula Drift. Lights, camera, power, fun. GT Radial, experience the performance.
What's up, guys? I'm Frederick Osbo, driver of the Rockstar Energy Toyota GR Supra.
My name is Simon Olsen. I'm the driver of Boost Racefield Toyota GR Supra.
Jerome Charpentier. I'm the pilot of the Garagistic E36.
I'm Travis Rear. This is my 2003 BMW M3.
I'm Ryan Turk, and I drive the Rain-X Toyota Racing Corolla hatchback.
I'm Matt Field, and this is my Corvette.
Boxers.
Briefs.
Boxers.
A mix.
Boxers.
Boxers, for sure. Or Commando, even.
Does it need to be one here or back home?
Odie.
Chris Forsberg.
Odie.
Dylan Hughes.
My spotter Matt's for sure.
I want to fly.
X-ray vision.
Just time.
Being invincible, I guess.
Super strength.
Flying.
First drift car was a BMW E30.
The one behind me.
300ZX, a Z32.
Nissan Skyline ER34.
1991 Ford Mustang. I like doing CrossFit, a lot of Metcons, and just doing regular strength.
What's your workout routine? It's not.
Lift engines and work on cars all day. That's about it.
I try and drive about 90 to 100 days a year.
Probably still be racing motocross.
Brain surgeon, maybe? I wouldn't want that for my worst enemy.
I have no idea.
Oh, that's a tricky one. I would probably guess dirt bikes.
I don't ever have one pickup line. It's always say something mean, get right to the point, but not a dickhead, and then bring it back full circle and make them realize you're a human being. I thought you were supposed to make me laugh.
Are you ready to see our first battle here on the streets of Long Beach? Ryan Turk, your #1 qualifier. Gym fans, here we go. Ryan Turk initiate in that first outside zone. Pulls a little bit of hand brake in that first outside zone. Coming to review the fence. Nice shot. Gets all the way out there. See how transitions. Doesn't go all the way deep. Neither is Brandon Sorensen. Now Ryan Turk in that third outside zone. Brings it on close. Brandon, good proximity. Now through the touch and go. Into that final inside clip. Really well done by both the guys. A great way to start. Viper, give it chase. Odie boxing massive angle. Look at Deane Carney transitions back. Jerome Charpentier now coming into view. Look at that, the attitude of the BMW. Look at Stuckey. He gets out there. But Rome, automatic, looking like an RC car that is just being controlled by somebody in the sky. Matt Field goes back, past the bumper. He did it. That's the run you were looking for. 1, 2, 3, outside zone. Forsberg and Turk going against each other. The NOS entering all new Nissan Sia. Whoa, baby! Whoa. Nasty taps it in, backs it in. Chris Forsberg going for it. He knows he's going against #1 qualifier, Ryan Turk. Here is Matt Field, Frederick Osbo. Matt Field, nasty initiation, a wide swing, coming in hot, gets all the way out there. You asked for boy! A massive hit by Matt Field. Let's make sure he's okay.
Osbo didn't give him the space to transition, causing Matt to go straight for a slight second.
A big hit by his hands out the window. Round of applause for Matt Field. Matt Field moves on, but unable to run. So guess what? With the 5 run, a celebratory run, your winner here in Long Beach, Ryan Turk is your winner here in Long Beach.
All right, welcome back. As it looks like the track is finally clean. Kyle doesn't want to shellac the track like that, so unfortunately just oil. But that's, again, thank you to Road Atlanta crew. Thank you for the staff for cleaning that up. So we're going to have 7 consecutive sight laps. So every driver is going to have their way with the course. That's what I heard. Just kind of see where the spots are.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fair, though, because when you have oil on the track, the amount of grip that you have is, I guess, very inconsistent, and you don't know unless you try it. So getting them out there to do that is the right way to go, I think.
Yeah, it's a safety precaution, making sure that the course is proper, and just with oil, that's the worst possible thing you could do. I mean, you know, that's the only thing that would be worse is like if a banana peel or a turtle shell comes at you like Mario Kart. I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah, I think you can't get much worse than that.
Yeah, I mean, turtle shell.
Turtle shell.
Right
Well, banana peel is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, everything he did was right. I mean, he wasn't directly on the proper line, but he was very close to the line. So
it was everywhere.
Oil, yeah, it's pretty much from initiation to the finish line. So the entirety of the course near the actual driving line would have been covered in oil. They seem to have some pretty great equipment here to clean up that oil. It did take a few minutes to do that, regardless, but we just need to get those last 7 drivers through and get through the second portion of this. At least you know what's great is that all the first runs are already complete, and now everybody's competing for this, the last
final
couple
4
spots on the same surface. So oddly enough, it's fair for everybody that's out there.
All right, so remember, tomorrow is the main day. It's game day, baby, as we are here, AutoZone Road to the Championship, presented by Type S. Here's when we are going live, top 32 at 3:30. That's Pacific time? Is that what's going on there, or no? Is that the right time? Okay, 3:30, and then 5:45 halftime, and 7:30 top 16, and driver introduction. So it should be fun. Should be a great day. So tune in tomorrow. All right, where's these drivers at? Let's get them going. Somebody came up to me and says, "I see you blinking a lot. It looks like you're tired." I said, "No, it's the wind." The dust.
The dust, the pollen. My eyes have been really bad today. They generally never are, even when I have allergies.
Right.
But something in the air today is...
Everybody's complaining about it.
Yeah, and there was the way how windy it was earlier. People were saying they'd go around a corner, there'd be this huge gust of wind, and then everybody'd be bending over, holding their eyeballs. Yeah, it was whatever's in the air today is affecting a lot of people. And it's not great. Hopefully the drivers aren't being affected in the cars.
Yep.
Look at these guys with their
there we
lights
go.
set
Look.
up.
He's buffering right now. He's thinking. See that? See his shirt? He's buffering right now. There he is. There he is. Thumbs up.
And good for them for sticking around through all of this.
Yeah, thank you guys.
While
and
we're
gals.
waiting here to get the track back up.
Get the cars going.
Yeah.
Back to some drifting action. Yeah, even the wind was so strong. Look at the stuff in the air right here. Is that a spider? Flying in the air?
It's a flying spider.
Yeah, it's a flying spider. Porta potties falling over. The wind was so strong.
Yeah.
That'd suck if you were in one. It blew
They had
over.
to tape down the power bar, Jared.
That's right.
That's how windy it was.
Dude.
Yeah. I can't imagine being in those porta potties. They ended up down on turn 9 down there? Yeah.
All right, so there is our K&N knockout qualifying leaderboard. So we see Mohan with a 58. He's hoping that the other guys are 57 or lower or don't have a run, because right now it's not the highest score. And also if he does make it in, he's got some work ahead of him as well. And here is our top 3, Matt Field. Again, shout out to Stephanie and Tyson and Parker. They're watching at home. Love you guys. See you soon. And Matt Field puts it together. Gets that 93, the top spot.
Yeah, that was a great run, Jared. Just so smooth. Angle was high, on throttle. Great line. And like I've been saying tonight, the line is worth so much.
Yeah.
You want to be on line. The percentage of points is really important. So here we got Deane Carney out on track now, putting down his little run. Next up, we have Chelsea Denofa, second place. Huge angle through inside clip 1, and he managed to stick the angle all the way through. No variation in angle whatsoever. You can see how settled the car is as he comes up the hill to outside zone 1 and 2. The car is just so settled, and that is what we're looking for in the lead position. You want the car to be at angle and with no fluctuations in angle, no changes, no adjustments, no corrections. And I think he did an awesome job of doing just that. And pulling off that degree of angle from initiation inside clip 1 is phenomenally difficult. Next up, we have Frederick Osbo here. Minimal handbrake pulls there as he comes through inside clip 1. Throttling up the hill. Great job here. You can see some slight bobbles there. Nothing major, really, though. Could have been deeper in outside zone number 2, and that's probably what knocked him down a few spots from the number 1 position. You need to be precise. You need to be up high through outside zone 1 and zone 2. So those were our top qualifying spots. Lots of smoke laid down through. You can see how light it was then, too. We really kind of transitions into the darkness here. And you can see how dark it is right now as we have some of the drivers putting down their buy runs, or not buy runs, their practice runs, sighting laps, whatever you want to call it, getting out there and feeling the grip level of the track, one driver at a time.
All right, so already, so just getting, again, familiar with the course, seeing the conditions of it in total. But Josh Love, this is not, again, these are not judged runs. This is purely a sight lap after the big oil slick slowed things down tremendously. So Josh Love. All right, who else we got here? We got Reynolds, Olsen. Again, just a few more sight laps here. Let's get them going, boys. Yeah, we were flowing pretty good there, up until we got shellacked by Mohan and then the rotary. All right, Eve Meyer. Eve Meyer there. That car might look familiar. New livery and new graphics and everything, but that vehicle is Jonathan Castro's former vehicle. So running the 4-banger, the 4-cylinder setup that Jonathan Castro had. Got the FPV drone, piloted by Smash.
That's a good name for a drone pilot.
Smash?
Smash.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
If he did smash the drone, that wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah.
But like
glad you picked up on that. Yeah.
Like somebody eagle or something or something. You know, eagle eye.
Soaring high.
Yeah, soaring high.
Flying safely. Not crashing. I don't know.
Exactly.
My name is Smash.
Hulk Smash. Simon Olsen here in his 2JZ Toyota Supra. It's a good opportunity for them to, you know,
get an extra practice run.
Extra practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. Just extra practice.
Yeah, it's seemingly pretty grippy out there. I haven't seen anybody have an issue with traction or you know, going off course or anything like that. Simon Olsen, I think, smartly shut down and is preserving tires to get back up to the start line. That's basically warming up your tires for your actual qualifying run.
Great. Okay, here's the, I believe this is the other Drift Force driver.
Joshua Reynolds.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Josh Reynolds. Big supercharger guy. Oh, whoa. Something's up, because he did that on his initiation, remember? So it just comes unwound. So weird.
Yeah, could be a setup issue, the way the car is reacting to his inputs, because it did spin out, like you said, after inside clip 1 earlier. Once he tried to transition to go up the hill, the car spun on him. Be an issue they have with the car overall. I do not believe that is due to any kind of oil on the surface. It was strictly a driver error or a car error that forced him to do something like that.
All right, that pendulum swing there.
Yeah, maybe that supercharger is really heavy up front.
We good? Is that everybody? Okay, it looks like entering the burnout box, and Deane Carnage Carney said again he lost his dry sump belt, went and did something else and did that, but basically he needs to qualify. He's got his fingers crossed. He sent me the cross finger emoji. Says let's see if it holds together, and if it does, they're gonna have to swap the engine out tonight. Whoa. So yeah, just wants to get in the show.
So if you look at Kyle Mohan having to swap his engine, and then Deane Carney having to swap his engine, that rotary is about the size of a suitcase. and then you've got a massive V10. What was that, 8.3 liters?
SRT 10, inline 10.
Inline 10. That's a massive V10. You just think about the difference.
Keep saying V, it's an inline 10.
An inline 10. What is he talking about? Is he crazy?
I'm joking. Go ahead. I'm joking.
No, I'm just looking at the difference in the amount of work necessary to yank a V10 out versus, you can almost pick that rotary up and just put it over there and then put a new one in by hand. Yeah. Throw it in the trash. Is that what you said? I'm not going to say who said that.
Somebody said that.
Somebody off camera, off mic said that. Everybody has their opinion, Jared.
Yep.
But
Here we go. Deane Carney. Great looking car. Good setup. HyperNFT.io.
This is his only chance.
Initiate. Ooh, big gangster angle. Wow. Deane Carney. No safe run here for Deane. Carnage coming to that second outside zone. Boom. Doesn't get all the way out there, but I'll tell you what. We talk about that X factor. That was it. Oh, coming on home. Oh, no. Oh. Gosh darn it, man. That's going to be an incomplete, man. Ah, dude, what a great run up until that point, man. Did he pop something? Did he start throwing fluids? Let's take a look.
His run was looking phenomenal, Jared. He was on line. You can see there coming up the hill right on the edge of the rumble strip. Perfect positioning. Could have been slightly deeper in outside zone 2. Pretty good on inside clip 2. And then as he transitions down the hill, you can see he's on throttle, doing really well here. And then it just looked like power delivery. I don't know. It didn't look like the car understeered. It didn't look like there was an issue with the track surface. It just looks like he let off throttle or the power stopped being put to the ground. And the car straightened up, and he just ended up going onto the grass there off track. So I don't know. The guys are all kind of looking down there at the surface. I hope we didn't have another car lose something that would put oil on the track, but they're definitely looking at the track surface. Let me ask a question over here.
Yes, please. So lost power steering. So, and I believe that's water that we saw, but
yeah, they're trying to figure it out now. They're out there looking at the track surface just to make sure there's nothing there, and we'll probably have an answer very shortly here. But hopefully we don't have oil on the track again.
Oh man, gutted for Carney.
Yeah. So earlier we were talking about him taking the strategy of not using his competition timeout.
Yeah.
Right? He just didn't do his first run, which means he just forfeited that run.
Yep.
And then he said, you know what, I have one more run. That's my one chance. I will use it. I'll be low in qualifying, but at least I'll be in the show. And, now you look at it as maybe he should have taken his competition timeout and actually had 2 full runs to attempt to get into the show. But that's strategy. These are decisions you make as a team that can make or break your weekend. And in this case, it may have broken his weekend, unfortunately.
All right, we'll see. Okay. Man, track workers being tasked here late into the night. I mean, local time here is 10:30. So yeah, they're gathering that they think it's water and not oil, so that's good. So things, we kind of had heavy flow earlier, but now coming down to a little drip, a little trickle here.
And you were talking about attrition earlier on as well, Jared. And it's coming into play. We saw Kyle Mohan have that mechanical issue with his rotary, and now Deane Carney, we don't know what's going on there. Maybe
he said lost power steering.
Lost power steering. Okay.
Yeah, his spotter, bridges.
So something like power steering can make you completely lose your weekend opportunity here to compete. So it's very unfortunate. You go out in qualifying. Didn't even make it to top 32, unfortunately. But we knew that some people wouldn't make it to top 32 today. We had 36 drivers vying for 32 spots. So we knew that 4 drivers would be going home without competing here at the event, but just didn't know who they were.
Yeah, big bummer there. Okay, well, oh wow, there's fluids all the way back up there. Oh. All right, rolling the tape back here, looking at what went on with Deane Carnage Carney, but obviously that is an incomplete for Deane.
Yeah, driver Stewart here just showed us a video of Deane Carney coming back onto the track after going on the grass there by inside clip 3, and as he's accelerating up the hill, you can see fluid coming out the back of his car.
Really?
Spilling on the track. So I suppose that's what they're up there cleaning up right now.
All right.
Air 8.
Yeah, we'll take a short break. I mean, obviously cleaning things up here, not very exciting. But when we come back, we'll see some more drifting action. Again, who is going to make it in? Who's going to be watching from the sidelines tomorrow when we come back here to Road Atlanta?
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Came up a lot of sounds, more when I was not around. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about. Certain people that I know, they ain't no longer about.
The Falcon Azenis RT660 is the enthusiast choice for ultra-high performance. Engineered for predictable handling and stability, the RT660 provides maximum traction both on and off the track. Your competitive edge has arrived with the Falcon Azenis RT660.
We all know Royal Purple for their exceptional motor oil. They keep my 1,000 horsepower drift car going year-round. And they have an exceptional array of products that help keep your engine's fuel system running clean, powerful, and cool. Royal Purple Max Atomizer cleans fuel injectors to restore maximum flow and get back that fuel economy we all want. Max Clean is a state-of-the-art performance fuel system cleaner that deeply penetrates deposits in your fuel system. Max Clean cleans more parts in your engine and cleans them better. Royal Purple Max Boost is a high-performance octane booster and fuel treatment that helps increase the octane of your fuel. For real. Max Boost is an energy drink for your engine. Purple Ice reduces engine coolant temperatures. It helps prevent overheating and extends the life of your water pump. 4Ways Purple can help your engine. Royal Purple Performance Products. Find them at an auto parts dealer near you.
Formula Drift is brought to you by Link ECU. Link Engine Management, official ECU of Formula Drift. K&N, the official performance filter of Formula Drift. Ford. Nitto. All right, well, welcome back as Joao Berrian, the Barbarius Corvette, is on the start line. We are hearing that Ryan Littrell, unfortunately, is a no-go on his second run. His first run, his second run, that's a bummer.
The Jay-Z boys are going to have a field day with that one.
Oh, yeah, you just fueled the fire, bro.
Well, I'm just saying how it is, that's all. They have a bit of a rivalry going on, and right now...
There's a loyalty towards power plants. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Joao Berrian, can he put it down for Brazil? Barbarius Vet. Big flick entry. Ooh, he's flirting with the edge of that track. Nice job there. Like I said, oh, snappy. You were talking about it earlier. Slow down a little bit. I mean, don't, obviously, crawl, but he is just quickly getting through this course. Way off that second outside zone. Tight line in the keyhole. Now into the touch and go. Now transitions back. Joao Barillon, full pull. Didn't have the exact right line up here in the keyhole, but just ripping through.
Is somebody chasing him?
I don't know.
He's going real fast. All right, so initiation on throttle at the right spot. You can see he's on throttle uphill, kind of hitting everything he can on the way up the hill here. Need to be a little bit more precise. He missed outside zone number 1, outside zone number 2. He dropped some tires in the touch and go area. Of course, it's on a touch and go up the hill. Hit those markers, both of them. Some parts of his car flying off, and then on throttle all the way through the finish line. So he's going to have to work on his precision here. He's not putting the car exactly where we want to see it, and I'm sure it's not exactly where he wants it to be either. He's definitely driving fast, but needs to be more controlled and more accurate as he's getting through the course.
All right, let's see where Joao lands. So, yeah, well, he better a 74, and then Mohan's got that 58 if things work out, because, I mean, 75? Oh, yeah, Mohan does have a 75 on his first run. So Mohan could potentially be working on the car. Let's see what Joao's got, as we can see Josh Love, the after hours BMW. And Brian Lontaine, excuse me, entering in his score, and a 75. So a 75 there for Joao Barillon. So it puts him in a second position of the 8 drivers remaining. So there we are. So Mohan has 75 on his first run, so that will hold up out of the 2, and he does better Joao since it was his first. Here we go, Josh Love. After Hours Autosports. Fun-loving dude. Let's see what we got. Double thumbs up. Send it. There we go, fellas. Josh Love. All right, good initiation. Look at that, no corrections. Kind of overshoots that inside clip, but consistent through the course. Here he comes in that second outside zone, dialing it in. Yo, riding that line. That was a really good job, but overshoots, cooks it. That's an incomplete for Love. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Oh, that was such a good line on that second outside zone, but overcooks it and burns it down. Man, that's another incomplete. So unfortunate for Love.
His initiation looked good, Jared, as he came right inside clip 1. His angle could have been a little bit higher. Dropped a tire on the rumble strip there, and you can see his angle was pretty low there. He did get out wide to outside zone number 2, but his angle wasn't great. And then from there, he ended up going really wide, dropping a tire, and then led to his unfortunate spin. When those rear tires hit the dirt, he wasn't able to maintain that level of angle through there. But you can see there, the angle was pretty low. As he rotated the car here, just wasn't able to hold on as the rear tires were on the grass with very little traction, and spun the car out, unfortunately.
Oh, man. Okay, well, Josh Love will not be seeing head-to-head action. So getting a score, you know, we talked about Mohan with that 75. That could hold up.
Yep.
All right, who wants to get in? Yves Meyer. Yves Meyer wants to get in, but let's see how he manages. A lot of pressure here. Again, this car's proven it can perform at the hands of Yves Meyer. Where's he going to land? What do you got, Mr. Meyer? Yves comes out of that start chicane. The Type S lights are on, and now coming in hot. Little correction there. Oh, buddy. Ryan, that's an interesting one. He is having struggles. Struggle bus. Population Yves right now, unfortunately. Very shallow line. Now comes through, and that
shuts it
dude.
down.
Wow.
He had an odd positioning at initiation again. He was mid-track. He didn't go all the way out to the wide to the rumble strip, which is the traditional placement for a car at initiation. I don't know if that had something to do with the way that he went to inside clip 1, but it definitely didn't help. his situation there. I think you have to be wide to be able to run the right line, wide into the clip and out again. And you can see here, as he initiated the car, it stuck, and then he tried to throw it again. So as he initiated, the car didn't rotate the way that he wanted it to, and it sort of straightened a little bit, kind of gripped up, and then he attempted to throw more angle at it, which over-rotated the car, which, after having lifted off throttle like that, just didn't get him the momentum he needed to get around inside clip 1. And then straightened up a little bit, got back on throttle. As he came up the hill here, he got the tire on the rumble strip, which is totally fine. Way outside zone number 2. Was coming to inside clip number 2 and just shut it down. I don't know if he had a mechanical issue there that, or maybe like a warning light that came on in front of him that told him about oil pressure or something like that. Who knows why he shut it down, or maybe he just felt that it wasn't worth completing the run because he knew that his mistakes from earlier on would hold him back considerably.
Just accumulate to that, all to that point. He's like, I'm just gonna know when to fold them. So maybe. Unfortunately, Eve, we will see you not tomorrow, but we will see you in Florida. Here we go, Simon Olsen. Simon Olsen, the 2JZ powered HGK Supra. And looks like again,
tapping his helmet there. Is that a good luck thing behind the wheel?
Don't know. We have officials down on the track, so checking the horseshoe, see if got more moisture on the track.
Or not.
Man, like I said, we're at a crawling pace right now.
Well, we just had what, 3 cars in a row. That was blazing fast for a second there, and then now we're back down to nothing.
No motion, bro.
Well, it looks like they found nothing on the course, so that means that potentially we can get going again here.
Keep moving. All right.
Can't promise, though. We're just going to see what we can do.
Let's get this flow.
The drone's in the air. I'm happy to see that.
Even flow. Flow. All right, Simon Olsen. Simon says, let's go. Simon Olsen coming out. Coming up, big swinging. Super things. And comes in. Big angle there. Past that inside clip, transition now into that first outside zone, into the second, doesn't get out there, keeps it consistent. Talking about the spotter, he says, kind of nervous, Simon, just gotta shake that and drive like he knows how. That was good. I mean, that was straight up, that was a really good run outside of not getting out to that second outside zone.
I think what's going to hurt him most on the style side is his initiation. It looked like he really hesitated or hung up on the angle there. He wasn't able to let the car rotate to full angle. So if you can see right there, it was a heavily stepped initiation. So I'd like to see a lot more angle initially. So that's going to hurt him big time on that initiation. As he comes up the hill, though, tire on the rumble strip looks really good on zone 1. Misses outside zone 2, and you can see him wrap it into inside clip number 2, which he misses as well. Coming down the hill, we want to have that front bumper over the rumble strip, which he was very close to having, and then nice and close on inside clip number 3, just before the finish line. So watch as he comes up the hill, right on that rumble strip, looking good there. Big handbrake pull, missing outside zone number 2. Missing inside clip number 2. Coming down the hill, let's look at his front bumper positioning. Gets right over the rumble strip, so nice job there. And pretty close to inside clip number 3, but doesn't finish all the way wide at the finish line. We'd like to see him all the way out to the edge of the track, but he was pretty close there. So he's going to lose some points on line, a couple points on angle, but overall, I think he'll be in the show with that run.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's good for Simon. A few more. What else do we have left? Because again, Literal is out. Yeah, all Olsen needs is a score in order to get in.
And he got one.
Because Carney, Literal, Joao, Love already ran. And there we go. So, and there it is, a 76. So, unfortunately, Carney, Literal, Love, Meyer, and we got one more. Oh, that's it. Oh, we are done. Josh Reynolds is unfortunately not running. So there it is. That's how the cookie crumbles, baby. So there we go. We got 32 drivers. Thank you so much. And we got a full field tomorrow. Mr. Lontine, thank you. Chris Yule, thank you. Brian Egger, thank you to the FD staff. Thank you to the drivers. Ryan, anything to add? We'll see you tomorrow.
It was a real pleasure, Jared. I can't wait for tomorrow. Looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining us online or in the building. K&N Knockout Qualifying is a wrap. Remember, tomorrow we start a Rockstar Top 32. Rockstar Energy, the official energy drink of Formula Drift. This is round 2 of the Formula Drift Championship here at Drift Atlanta. And again, thank you to the AutoZone Road to the Championship presented by Type S. I'm Jared Deane. We're going to send it tomorrow here at Road Atlanta.